All right. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. What up,
Yes,
man?
sir. Nothing, man. How was your vacation? I know you were gone for a while.
Yeah, it was like surprising. I was thinking about it earlier in the shower that I was like I was in Dominican Republic for a week and I got back from DR. It was last Friday. We flew my Jet and me flew from DR to Atlanta. We were in Atlanta for 2 nights, and then I drove with Molly and the family down to Disney for 2 days, and then we drove from Orlando back to New York. So we were in Dominican Republic, well, New York, Dominican Republic, Atlanta, Florida, and then every fucking state driving back up. So it was like,
Jesus Christ.
and I sent you a video, you and Bobby a video of the last day in DR. I did it to myself, man, and I always do this shit, but I laid on the beach and just like straight, no sunblock, no nothing. And it was to a point that like my brother, like two of the other people were with were like, hey man, like you're getting a little red. And I hit him with like I'm good. Like I know my shit, relax. But they obviously saw it to a point that like if I was red and glistening, like in the moment, they were like, this motherfucker is gonna be old. So I say all of that to say that I left Dominican Republic last Friday. I'm still feeling the effects of sunburnt, like my body a little bit still itching just from like, skin peeling and growing back. My lip was way worse, but I had like sun blister on my lip. So like there's that, like don't fuck around with the sun shit. Don't fuck away with the sun. Like the
You
shit
got to
got
be
me good.
peeling. That picture, just so everybody understands, was horrible, was abysmal. You were like the color of a tomato, dog. Like, are you peeling? You had to peel with that, right?
Yeah, so I mean, luckily I'm not like peeling that much anymore. Like my legs are peeling a little bit. Um, but I use like a shit ton of aloe, and it's kind of, yeah, like I do think about cancer, but then also like I go to the dermatologist. I don't know what to check for. Like, like every time someone gets skin cancer, they're like, go see a dermatologist. Like, there's so many freckles on everybody's bodies that like, how do they know what's cancerous, what's not cancerous?
I mean, that's their job. They could tell you, like,
Yes.
so if you get a growth that seems a little, anything that you question, you might as well get checked out. But
Yeah,
yeah, like, it's not good to get that sort of sunburn, bro.
I
Like,
know. I
that
know.
was bad. That was bad sunburn too. Like, oh,
So that night, it hit me a little bit. So I had to sleep in kind of like just a position like this because I
mhm,
couldn't really
mhm.
roll my back. I didn't really burn on my back because I was just laying on my front. But if I try to turn, it was a wrap. And then the next day, and then just following days after that, was like my shoulders started to hurt. And then like the shit started to itch because like, I was peeling. So yeah, I fucked up. And it's one of those where it's like, I've gotten burnt before in the past. And I tell myself now, like, yeah, use sunblock, but I'm probably not going to use sunblock going forward anyway.
I mean, you're the type of complexion though where you need it. Like, you will
OD.
burn. Yeah.
Oh, well, no, I like, but I don't, it's weird because I'm not like pale in the sense where like I burn instantaneously. Like if I stopped after a couple hours, I would have been good money. But I just OD'd on it, you know?
Yeah, but anything more than a couple hours and you're gonna burn. And in that DR sun, that's like UV rays off the chart type shit. I
Mhm.
would have burned if I was out there for one day, and my skin is less prone to burning than yours is.
Yeah. So all of that, and it's crazy how much effect that like the sun can have on your body, even like a week and a half later. I'm still like putting
Yeah.
aloe shit like
Mhm.
that. So like there was an old lady when I was growing up in my apartment complex. This lady Jill, she was so mean, bro. And she would always sit, and her body was like orange, and she would sit with like the mirror shit in front of her, and like always in a bathing suit, and like just like she was more orange than Trump. And literally, I think she died of skin cancer. And like,
What the fuck?
like I'm like, all right, don't be like Jill.
The crazy thing is though, like, it's a tough balancing act, right? Because if you never go in the sun,
Mhm.
you don't get the amount of vitamin D that you need. Like there's
Facts.
definitely a certain amount of sun that's necessary for
Yep.
like your happiness, your brain chemicals, regulating your circadian rhythm and stuff.
Yep.
So like it's a tough balancing act. How much do I go out there? Obviously, you can't do too much because then you're gonna get skin cancer. But if you do too little, then you don't get enough vitamin D, and there's other issues, and you like maybe your mood is affected and shit. And so everything's a balancing act. It's sort of like the sun is one of those things like coffee and wine, where you'll see an article that's like new study says drink one wine a day and it's good for you. And then it's like new study says drinking any wine is bad and poisonous.
Yep.
New study says drinking coffee is actually good for you. New study says drinking coffee is actually bad for you. Like it's the shit that it goes back, forth. And so I've seen like some sun is actually really good. You need to get out in the sun. And I've seen shit that's like avoid the fucking sun at all costs because you'll get wrinkly like a motherfucker and it'll fuck your shit up. So yeah, it's tough. I hate it when there's like open questions around shit like that. I feel like there should be solid ass answers to it, you know?
That's a good ass point because like, yeah, to exactly what you're saying. There's people that I don't know who it was. I think it was like Rick Rubin or something. I weirdly was watching an interview with him and he was like, every morning I wake up and I find the sun and I'll like put my face in that shit and like get whatever it is, vitamin D or vitamin C or some shit like that. And then it's like, what if you get skin cancer in that moment of just getting that sun that they're telling you is good for you, you know? Like, so it's like, and what if you're supposed to get OD sun one time to just burn off the old skin that's just been chilling on your body for dumb long? Like, you know, it's like, and also if you burn a piece of toast for dumb long, you could just scrape that shit off and get it back to like its normalcy a little bit. So like, it's kind of like your discretion of like how much sun you want to get, just a matter of like where I'm at now, where it's like I got a fucked up lip, there's like some shit on my shoulder, so it's like, you know,
I think it's something. It's some crazy number. Me and Crystal looked it up recently. I forget the exact number, but like the longer you live, the more likely it is you get skin cancer, and it's like the most common cancer where like 50 or 60% of people end up getting skin cancer. It's one of those things where
that's kind of crazy.
Like, so many people end up getting them as they get older. It's not like you could theoretically you could do everything right and still get, when you're like 83, still get skin cancer. You know? But it's like, it's also like if you catch it early, it's like the least like difficult cancer to deal with. They just cut that bitch off and you're good. Like it's actually nothing if you just go to the dermatologist and they see it. Like you're just like, okay, doop, done. Like you're fixed, you know?
Yeah. And also people have said I'm gonna get skin cancer if I don't put sunblock on, but then if I put sunblock on with all of these chemicals and shit like that, like I'm gonna get it by putting whatever the fuck on, you know? So it's like
totally. That's the other thing, bro. Like
shit you're putting on, who knows what the fuck that stuff is.
That's exactly right. Like there's some shit I put on my face only because I've seen somebody who's over 70 and they have just such great skin at over 70 that I'm like, I need to put on whatever your skincare routine is. I'm gonna do that shit because I want to look as young as you. And like I put it on all the time, but to your point, I don't know what the fuck's in that shit.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that because one time I went to the sauna, and I went one time at this Illinois Lifetime. There was this old Asian man there doing this shit in the sauna. He was like rubbing his forehead and like waking up his eyes and doing all this shit. I saw that shit one time. I still do it in the sauna to this day because that guy was doing it. I don't know if that shit was right, but like to your point, he looked dumb old. His skin looked like it was fresh and alive. So I was like, that must be some old Asian fucking wives' tale shit where it's like you fucking are waking up your skin. But to your point, you saw a dude whose skin looked fresh. He told you the shit he uses, and like you use that shit.
It's actually a woman. She looks good for her age. And so we got
that shit is scientifically proven.
It's really expensive. It's called Lancer cream, but it's like anti-aging shit. And she just looks so good that it's like I gotta wear this. And to your point, like I don't know what the fuck I'm putting in my body. And you got to remember, what you put on your face gets absorbed into your body. So like whatever chemicals are on that shit is going through my fucking bloodstream, going through all my systems. And like I'm looking at it like she's 70 something and she's fine. So I guess this shit is all right. Like I'm just gonna keep wearing this shit, you know?
Yeah, that's so. I mean. Yeah, so I don't know. So I'm like, if I put on all this sunblock and crazy shit that like people are putting on their body, they could be getting the same type of like they could be getting double time, you know, cancerous rays because they're getting hit with the sun plus the shit that they're putting on. So like, don't be in the chat saying like, oh yeah, you should have used sunblock and all that shit because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, you don't fucking know. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
There's also like natural sunblock, which some of them are trash, where like it's like you didn't put anything on. But
Mhm.
some of the natural sunblock, I don't know which ones, but some of them are supposed to be pretty good, where like it'll block the sun. But
Some of that natural shit is straight at like, bro. I
yeah,
think there's natural toilet paper, and like that
oh, that's a
shit.
bad idea.
I could be maybe misremembering this shit, but I feel like it's like natural that like you straight wipe your ass and your fingers are in
Oh
your finger in your ass
hell no!
because it's
Oh
like
hell no!
straight from trees. There's no like shit in there that like
Oh,
makes it fluffy, but all that natural shit usually like shampoos, it's all watered down. Like there's no. Sometimes you need a little bit of like Johnson and Johnson. Like let me put some fake ass
yeah,
chemical shit in this, like to make like the old school like dollar store like
yeah.
body wash shit that was like Ocean Breeze and all that stuff. I want to see my body wash. I want to see my shampoo like OD bubbling up like a motherfucker on my head, bro. Right? You know, like if I'm at
Yeah,
a hotel and I'm using shampoo and it doesn't feel like that shit's all in my hair,
yeah. Lather
I
in,
either
yeah.
have to put mad more globs in there or give me some fake ass shit that like I put it in my hair and like I feel like that shit's in my hair. You feel me on that or no?
Definitely, because to your point, the whole like the natural craze, the assumption is that anything that's natural is like by definition good for you.
Yeah.
And that's not true. Like there's plenty like anthrax is natural. When an animal dies and is laying on the ground and fucking it's been out there for like 2 weeks and it's decaying, it creates anthrax. Like that's natural. Shit is natural. Does that mean we should eat it? Like, no, it's fucking ridiculous. They're like, there's some things that are natural and not good for you. It's literally a fallacy. It's called the naturalistic fallacy. The notion that since it's natural, it might be good for you. Yeah, it's natural to not get vaccines, but that's also fucking stupid and wrong. And you're probably more likely to die from some shit than if somebody gets a vaccine. So yeah, to your point, but you could push the spectrum too far in the other direction though. When you have some fake shit that's actually bad for you, like back when we were younger, they used to do this shit where they put little plastic beads into the body wash and like it made it feel like it was on some like it's really cleaning you type shit.
Oh, what
And
the fuck?
and it wasn't, and it was like causing microplastic problems and like killing fish and shit like that. And even with toothpaste, apparently the way they get the suds is apparently bullshit. Like it doesn't actually do anything, but it makes people feel like it's cleaner. So
Yeah, I
like that
believe
one's
that.
that one's harmless, but the one with the plastic beads was actually a bad one because it was like bad for the environment and shit. So they banned it. I think they banned that. I don't know if it was just in New York or the whole country, but they had banned that shit where you can't do the fake plastic, the little plastic beads in your body wash.
Oh god, yeah, that one sounds horrible. But the toothpaste shit, sometimes they'll like put some sparkly shit in there that when I'm brushing, it feels like it's like a little bit like more
Yeah.
crystally on my teeth. I saw a funny video of a guy that went to I don't know, the grocery store or pharmacy or some shit, and he was like buying toothpaste, and they were all like there was just so many different combinations of toothpaste. It was like Crest plus whitening, and then one was like
Yeah.
whitening plus Listerine. Like, and he was just like, these are there's too much shit, you know, like there's too many types of toothpaste.
Bro, that's America. Like that's they try to sell you the idea that you're free and you have a lot of choices. And the way that they do that is giving you dumbass, stupid choices like that aren't real choices. Where it's like, yeah, there's 37 different flavors of a bagel, you know, like, but that's not what does that accomplish? What the fuck does that do when you're paying taxes and it's going to bomb babies? Like, are you really free? You know, like you're not really free when you got to go to work and your boss can tell you to do fucking everything and anything under the sun for fucking 9 hours a day. Like, are you really free? I don't know. Just because you were able to go get like 17 different types of candy bars, like, is that free? Are the 48 different toothpaste that make you free? No, it's like a trick that they play on you. You have consumer choice, but you don't have like real choice, you know?
100%. That like the toothpaste fucked me up. I went to go buy Molly needed bleach for the laundry today. I stood in the aisle, I shit you not, for like 10 minutes just looking at, I don't even know what it was, like 30 different types of bleach. Like one was in a bottle, one was in a box, one was in a small shit, one was natural, one was on sale, so it was cheaper. And I picked that shit up and I was holding it and I was like, fuck, is this the right one? And then I saw another shit that was like, one was blue, one was pink. And that, like, it took me 10 minutes to decide which bleach to buy. And I still left the store. Like, I don't think I bought the right shit.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's the shit where they give you choice, but like, who the fuck cares about that kind of a choice? You know?
All right, but I got a couple things written down before we get into kind of just the end of the world because the Iran shit. I wanted to hear your thoughts, but I wanted to see if you saw this first, and get your thoughts on it, because it was like it was going around, and apparently it was like people thought it was fake, and then I think his publicist came out and said it was real.
Oh, it's him. Yeah, it's him.
Did you see the Jim Carrey shit? And like, what were your thoughts on it?
So I saw the Jim Carrey shit. I saw when he first went, I saw people being like, this doesn't really look like him. Compare what he looks like here to what he looked like 2 years ago or whatever the fuck. Then I saw a bunch of TikTok videos where they were like, that's not Jim Carrey. There's this girl who does this makeup stuff and she claims that it's her. And like, I saw a bunch of people running with that. Then I saw the publicist come out and say, no, motherfuckers, this is him. Like, what are you talking about? And I followed the whole shit. And I had it pegged the whole time. I'll just give myself credit here because I figured it out the whole time. He just got a lot of fucking plastic surgery done. And like, when that, I don't know if that woman actually came out and said that it was her or if that was just like TikTok people making fake news shit. But either way, watching those videos, I knew it was wrong. I knew it was definitely him. Not only because it still looks like him, but also because when he started talking, it was 100% his voice. They did an interview and it was his voice. So I was like, nobody could fucking fake that. So yeah, it's him, and he just got some fucking plastic surgery, bro. This is what happens. Like in Hollywood, everybody's been destroying their face because they're like ODing with filler and Botox and that buccal fat removal shit and all sorts of like weird eye surgeries. So like, yeah, I knew it was him all along. Did you think for a second that it wasn't?
Kind of, because to that comment right there, like I didn't think that, like I kind of put it past Jim Carrey to like get a lot of work done. You know, like,
you're bugging. Yeah, nah, he definitely would do that. Like everybody in Hollywood would do that shit, you know?
I know. Well, now I know that, but like I also saw one video that was like someone had like a prosthetic mask and like like they did a whole shit and like, but they still would had to have like gotten into this award ceremony shit. So like,
yeah, no, they're tripping. They're lying. Those were like fake videos, you know?
Yeah. But then I also was like, yeah, I just kept thinking back on like how he kind of like faded out of the like public eye for a while because I feel like he was like fed up with just fame and shit. And he like was doing artwork and kind of just being chill. And then I was like, why would Jim Carrey do all this work to his face? Like, I feel like he would just be some like natural aging motherfucker and turn into like some gray hair, like, you know, but I guess
they all get bit by the bug of like just trying to chase that youthful look, you know? And it's a real shame. It's a real shame because it's so funny because people who get like no work end up looking a lot younger than people who get a lot of work. Like I'll grant the plastic surgeons that there's a sweet spot of like, if you get like 2 of plastic surgeries where you don't pick it, but you leave it up to the surgeon. Hey, improve my face. And they pick 2 things where they fix it. I'll grant you that that could make somebody look better. But once you get above 2, once you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, once you have all those surgeries, bro, you end up looking way older. So like that, the White House press secretary, whatever her name is, I'm blanking on her name right now.
The blonde hair.
Yes, Caroline Levitt. She is like, she's like in her early 30s. And like, so she's younger than me. And I look
older, right?
She looks way older. Yeah. Crystal is way older than she is. And Crystal looks younger than she does because she does too much work. Like there's just, you've done too much shit. You're overdoing it. And like, it starts to look not human. You know what I'm saying? It makes you look older.
That's what he definitely did. I mean, like, there comes a point where like, even like you have to realize, like, if you look in the mirror, you're like, I don't even look like myself anymore. Like this, he can't look at that and be like, they did a good job. You know, I get a haircut and instantaneously know if that shit is a good haircut or a bad haircut. So like, I can't imagine doing plastic surgery and even getting to a point where it's like, I'd be like, yo, I gotta miss this award show. I can't be seen for like another 10 years or some shit. Like I get a bad haircut. I'm like, yo, I can't go out Friday night. It's a wrap.
I'll tell you what it is. They get obsessed with they don't look at their face as a whole anymore. They start looking at the individual parts. Yeah, so they'll go like, oh, I think my nose looks better now. Or like, oh, I think my smile looks better now. Or, oh, I think my eyes have less wrinkles now or whatever. They'll look at individual parts and they stop looking at the whole. And that's where they fuck up because your face is not just little individual parts. When people look at you, they just get a vibe of the whole shit. Yeah. So like the most important thing is to keep the whole shit in continuity. And that's they fuck it up. I mean, that's what happened. I don't know if you've seen the Mandy Moore shit, but like Mandy Moore, you know, she used to be beautiful.
Hell yeah.
And then now she fucked her shit up, dog. Like
really?
OD. Yeah, she just, And a lot of the people, it's not just her. A lot of people, there's like YouTube channels where I've watched where they break down all the work individual people have had. And so many people just fuck their shit up. Like they just make themselves look worse, you know?
That shit is sad, man. It's like sad that there's not someone to just be like, yo, Jim, you need to chill. And like I would do, I mean, like I heard, I haven't done it, but like there's like parents in my neighborhood and shit that do Botox and they're like, you can get rid of that crease in 1 second. I'm like, I really don't care about it that much, but like doing some shit like that, like maybe I would do, but like I would never care about like my cheeks or some shit. Like there's nothing where I'm like, I need to, you know, enhance this or some shit. So it's like, it's crazy that you think these people would be the most like confident people, but they turn out to be like the most insecure people, that they just either need to keep up with the Joneses in Hollywood and do their fucking shit. It's just surprising to me that Jim Carrey would do this shit, because I didn't see him. He seems like the most confident G type of dude, where he would just let his old age, you know, just happen, you know?
Yeah, and then there's people who do nothing. What's that guy's name? William Shatner. He's like 90 years old. And he said, like, what he said is, I like to gain like 2 pounds every year so that it gets rid of the wrinkles in my face. And like, that shit fucking worked. He gained a little bit of weight every year. And like, he doesn't look like he's fucking 90 years old. Not at all, you know?
Yep. All right. Well, so, I mean, that one got me a little bit sad, because I'm a huge Jim Carrey guy. And when that shit came out, because he's also been off the radar for dumb long. And like,
he's just old, bro. Like Hollywood gets tired of you after a while. And I feel like they got tired of him a hot minute ago, you know?
So speaking of that, I think I mentioned this, but I didn't have the photo last time to match it. And I wanted to share this photo because it's, you know, people getting old, and there's our guy, man.
Oh yeah, Denzel. That picture's like, not doing good.
That's what I'm saying. Like at what point, even for us, like, do you ever look at a photo and you're like, I definitely look older than a photo? Like, you tweeted out that photo of us singing karaoke. Like, can you look at that and be like, we look so much younger than we do now?
I would just say we look different. Like, yeah, we look younger, but like the bigger thing is just different, you know?
Yeah.
Like I looked fucking beefy as hell because I was going to the gym a lot. So I look like I got like big muscles, you know?
Yeah. But I'm just like, at what point does someone look at a photo? Like, does Denzel look at this shit and he's like, my life's coming to an end? Like, I kind of look like that could be a wheelchair, and I could be like 90 years old and on the way out, you know? And it's like, he gets depressed.
To be fair, though, when he got up and walked, because he got up, walked, and said hi to LeBron. And I watched the video of it, and the video, he doesn't look nearly as old or bad in the video. Like when he starts walking, he still got that Denzel swag. I feel like this picture doesn't do him justice because it makes him look skinnier than he is, and his arms look skinnier than he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it's just a very unflattering picture.
And that's my point too. Like, Jim Carrey could have got hit with a bad angle on that at that movie premiere, and like people just ran with that shit. And like maybe Fox News doctored it a little bit.
I saw the interview with Jim Carrey. He didn't look good in the interview either. Yeah, he looked just as bad in the interview. Denzel, with his whole walk, he looked fine, kind of. But yeah, he's old, bro. He's what, 70? He's 70 years old at least right now. Like, that's the problem, is like we still think of him as like, oh, that's Denzel, and in your mind he's like perpetually like 45 years old, and it's like he's just not 45, and he hasn't been 45 in a really fucking long time, you know? Like, it's because we know him, we're so familiar with him, and every time we've seen him, it was younger Denzel. That's why, like, to see him older now is like, what the fuck? But like, time flies, man, you know?
Yeah. I was thinking about this earlier because I've been seeing a lot of his videos, but have you been following any of the Shia LaBeouf stuff?
Yes, I did. I saw him at Mardi Gras, and he was like getting in fights and shit like that. Yeah. He's a mess, man. That guy's a fucking mess.
He's a mess, but like he also was like doing these interviews, and I kind of was like relating with him a little bit, but then I was trying to tell myself like, don't relate to this dude, man. But like he was basically saying like everybody liked him because they grew up with him, and they kind of like he's kind of like their cousin in a weird way. So like people see him and they want to take a picture with him, and like they just knew him from such a young age. So for him, he's probably like struggling and battling with like that same shit that all the teen actors do, while also like I feel like he's kind of like a real dude a little bit. I don't know. I was like kind of siding with him a little bit just because I felt him on some of his interviews, but then also was like, also fuck this dude because like who cares about your shit, man? Like just be a normal ass dude, like, and stop going around fucking being all weird at Mardi Gras and shit like that.
Yeah, you can't lash out at people, bro. Like, that's not, oh, people like you. Oh, what a fucking burden, Like, I get noticed when I go places, like,
True.
Just be like, hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Like, shake their hand. Like, you'll make their fucking day. But no, you're fucking giving people a hassle and, like, fighting them and causing problems. Like, it's sort of like, it's the epitome of the first world problem shit. Where, like, bro, you're famous as fuck. You were rich as fuck. I don't know if he's still rich, but you were rich as fuck. Yep. Like, you had everything. And okay, I get it. Like, you're going through some mental health issues. Go to fucking therapy. Get yourself on some SSRIs or some antidepressant drugs. Go to the fucking gym. Like, work that shit out. Get yourself on a nice rigid schedule. Like, just get your fucking shit together, bro. Like, the fact that you take it out on the fans and you fight with the fans, like, you're just a piece of shit at that point. Like, I don't like, fuck you completely. Like, you're just being an asshole,
I guess so. Yeah. All right. I got two more here. I wanted to share this photo with and see your thoughts. Hold on. Wanted to give a big fuck you to this guy. So it's mad small. Dennis Quaid. I just randomly
he was with Trump. Yeah.
He was like with Trump and on stage saying like I love Trump and stuff like that. And I kind of was like, I hadn't thought about Dennis Quaid for a while, but like I randomly was like rolling through the TV. And it was like Dennis Quaid just being like super extra, like on Trump's shit. And I was like, why'd you make me have to think about you, Dennis Quaid? It was the same thing with Mark Teixeira. It's the same thing with like any celebrity that comes out and kind of is just over the top for Trump. I'm like, you don't need to do all that. Like,
bro, especially now you're hanging out with Trump. Like, this motherfucker is Satan.
Yeah.
He's the devil. And you're hanging out with him and acting like he's cool as hell. Like, I mean, you're destroying your whole fucking legacy. This is like when you go look up, like you'll hear about some celebrity from back in the day and you look him up and it's like, was publicly supportive of the Nazi party in 1942. And it's like, well, that ruins it. Like when you look up, I don't know if you, like, Volkswagen, I think, or was it BMW or Volkswagen? One of the two. And then like Hugo Boss, you look him up and it's like Hugo Boss made the Nazi fucking shits. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. I like Hugo Boss. I got like a Hugo Boss shirt. And then you see like, oh, they've made the Nazi uniforms. And you're like, fucker, why'd you fucking ruin this shit for me?
Yeah. IBM, like, I think the same shit, right? Didn't IBM like do all the banking for the Nazis and all that shit?
Bro, the Bush family, I believe the Bush family got rich off of doing business with the Nazis. Like, you look shit up, you're like, bro, what the fuck is it? So that's how I feel about these celebrities, even today. Like Nicki Minaj hopping on the Trump train in fucking 2026. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you smoking? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's sad, but this one just weirdly, I was never even like a Dennis Quaid fan. I don't even like, I had to look up his movies. He did like, he was in Day After Tomorrow. And then he did some baseball movie, like The Rookie. Like a lot of his movies were like some like America type country, like type, like shit that fits his vibe. But like, I just didn't have it on my fucking bingo card to like hear about Dennis Quaid,
And bro, let me say, like, shout out to all the old white guys who are not conservative.
Yeah.
Because there is a fucking mental trap for all old white guys that, like, they are just the most likely to go, like, idiot far-right conservative. And, like, so all the old white guys who don't do that shit, shout out to you, man, for, like, fucking rejecting all the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the Parent Trap. That's right. He was in the fucking Parent Trap. Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ.
Molly's not listening because she's gonna be tight. He was the dad in Parent Trap.
Oh my God.
Watch that shit anymore.
Oh my God. When I was a kid and I watched that shit, I had a crush on Lindsay Lohan. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I had a crush on Lindsay Lohan. I think the Olsen twins, if they were not too young, but like,
well, I'm saying when I was 8 or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Damn, they were that movie was a banger. They kind of freaked it with that Parent Trap. But now
that was like a huge movie too. Like I think I saw that shit in theaters.
That was a big one. Damn. So fuck Dennis Quaid. He kind of pissed me off with that shit, man.
Yeah, total fucking asshole. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the world ending?
I mean, I'll keep it real. I don't really know about the Iran shit. I'm kind of like, just in the dark about what's happening. Like I kind of like on one point was like, yeah, maybe like aren't they doing fucked up shit over there? So like in a way, like, all right, cool, like we're bombing them and like getting rid of bad people. Like, because I see these videos of like, I don't know if it's really Iran, but like them celebrating in the streets and shit like that. So I'm like, all right, those people seem happy. But then again, there was the same shit happening in Venezuela. I don't know. I'm like, I like, I'm just the like, I watch TV and just see what's happening and then like read a tweet and I'm like, all right, maybe they were doing bad shit over there. They do treat women fucked up, but then like, but then I think about like everything that Trump does, and I'm like, everything he does is bad. So this obviously is some bad shit, Yeah,
it's really bad, bro. Like we're so cooked. Like the world is cooked right now. You have no idea how bad it's so over. Like all of the oil infrastructure in the Middle East is being bombed. So like all of the price of gas is gonna absolutely fucking skyrocket. US soldiers are now being killed. They're like Israel and the U.S. are now carpet bombing the capital city of Iran. And just like, I don't know if you saw, they bombed a girls' school and it's all girls age 7 to 12. Jeez. And they killed like 180 girls age 7 to 12. And they've already bombed like a bunch of hospitals and shit. So like,
is it all for oil? Like Iran just has mad oil and they're just bombing them because like, I don't know why we suck off Israel so much. Like what, like if we're the most powerful country, why? Like, I don't know why we cater to them so much.
I'll tell you. So the Israel lobby is the reason why, because the Israel lobby. So the Israelis are smart in that they know how to like wield influence, and they have this Israel lobby where they basically give the politicians a lot of money and the politicians represent Israel. And so that's why they give a lot of money to a lot of Republicans, a lot of money to a lot of Democrats. And like when it comes to Trump in particular, I also think the Israelis have blackmail on him, where Jeffrey Epstein worked for Israeli intelligence. And so Jeffrey Epstein had videos of Trump like raping underage girls and shit. And so that's also why I think he's never said no to Israel about anything. And so that's the reason for that. But yeah, we're,
that's wild. If that, I mean, like,
I know.
It's just it's a wild thing to like, just, I mean, one, be at the mercy of a country if they really do have some shit on Trump to be like, yo, if you don't fuck with us, like we're gonna release these tapes,
Yeah, bro. He's blackmailed for sure. He's blackmailed. I literally tweeted the email earlier in 2011. Jeffrey Epstein said Trump was at his house with one of the victims, and he was there for hours, and he had all his houses were bugged with video cameras. Like, there's no doubt he's fucking blackmailed. So yeah, right now this has to do. Israel wants to get rid of Iran, and they want us to do a lot of the dirty work, and so now we're doing a lot of the dirty work. And once Iran is overthrown and off the table and it becomes a failed state, which is what the goal is, then Israel wants to expand. They want to take, so they're already taking Gaza right now as we speak. They're taking the West Bank also as we speak, and they also bomb Lebanon a lot. And now they want to expand more. They want to take parts of Syria. They want, like, the whole idea is to basically make it so they're regionally dominant, right? And that's the whole goal here. So in the same way that Trump is trying to like take Cuba and take Venezuela, and he was talking about stealing Greenland, Trump is like expanding the U.S. and trying to make it bigger. Netanyahu is expanding in the Middle East and trying to create a greater Israel. And honestly, that's what all this comes down to. Yes, it has to do with money. It has to do with power. It has to do with natural resources. All of that is true. And it's also expansionism, like old school imperialism. And so it's a fucking horrible time to live through, bro. Like this is the shit right now. Like we're going through some shit where like, it's like if we were alive during World War I or World War II, like that's where we're at now, because it's all like, as soon as the attack happened, like the whole Middle East just blew up. Like Iran is attacking U.S. bases everywhere in the Middle East. We got a whole bunch of bases there. They're bombing those shits in Bahrain. They're bombing those shits in Qatar. They're bombing them everywhere. They're bombing hotels. Like these are 5-star luxury hotels that like wealthy, famous people go hang out in Dubai and shit. And now they're being bombed by Iran. So
didn't
like
they bomb like the airport somewhere? Was it Qatar,
they bombed a bunch of fucking airports. Yeah, they bombed a bunch of airports, dog. Like they're basically making it so that they're now lashing out so that everybody puts pressure on the US to say, hey dog, you got to wrap this bitch up. You got to stop bombing these motherfuckers. Like, are you crazy? What's wrong with you? Like,
but they're never going to do that shit, probably.
The oil industry and the tourism industry are now barbecue chicken in the Middle East, and that's how they make all of their money. So then Like, what's going to happen? Because there's also, now you're seeing uprises where like there's Shia uprisings in majority Sunni countries because they're pissed off that the governments are not aligning with Iran. And so like, we're looking at some shit that could really spiral into like World War III, bro. China came out and they were like, yeah, we're backing Iran. Fuck the US. Like Iran is 100% justified in defending themselves. Like the shit is spiraling out of control. And they don't know what they're doing. They thought, oh, we'll bomb them. And then then they'll come to the table and give us what we want. And then now Trump is asking for a ceasefire and they're saying no. They're like, fuck you. And the reason why Trump wants a ceasefire is because we're running out of our interceptor missiles, which like shoot their missiles out of the sky.
Yeah.
We're running out of those bitches. And when we're out of those bitches for real, oh my God.
That's a sleeping one time.
Bro, they've already done a lot of damage. And like they were underestimated by the US. They were. It is what it is. And so it's rough, bro. Like this is really bad. And I've been like the number of segments I've done. I did 2 giant segments on Saturday, and I've been like my face has been buried in the news nonstop because I got to keep giving people updates because shit just keeps rolling in day after like second after second. There's new shit.
And I mean, like it covers up all the shit that like is still going on. You know, like there's still everything that happened with Venezuela. There's still the Epstein files. There's still fucking
Cuba. He's starving Cuba and not allowing any oil
shit.
into Cuba. Yeah, he's a madman. He's like. He's got to be impeached. Like, he's got to go. This is so crazy. All of this shit is illegal, too. Like, now you got American troops. 3 U.S. jets are crashed. 3 U.S. jets. Like, that's crazy. You got American soldiers dying. 3 U.S. jets crash. You're bombing elementary school girls. Like, and none of this was even approved. They got to fucking impeach him. They got to get rid of him. This is so crazy that we're just letting this go on, you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't even seem like, I think my sister was saying that like Democrats aren't even like fighting against this shit because it's on some like Israel shit. So it's like no one's going to come out and say anything.
Well, so I did a segment on this that dropped earlier today. It's actually a mix because now like the base is so angry and fired up and so furious and are like furiously reaching out to the politicians that like about half of the Democratic politicians are saying the right things, are doing the right things, but then half of them are being weak as fuck. And the weak shit is like they do a process criticism like, sir, why didn't you come to us first to ask us if you could do this? Like, we fill out the paperwork, but you need to do that. Like, that's the bad criticism.
You needed a permission slip.
Yeah, but that's only like half of them. The other half of them are doing good. And there's a lot of candidates like Graham Platter. He's out there. He's fighting for the shit. So, like, she's right, but also it's a little more nuanced than that because now the base is so mad that politicians are being forced to, like, be more aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Good. I mean, like, hopefully they feel some pressure because, like, was it true? I thought I saw a video of like Nick Fuentes. I think it was him. I don't even know what he looks like, to be honest.
Saying vote Democrat?
Vote Democrat. Was that him?
Yeah, it was him. It was he said it.
So is that like, I mean, like
that's the Nazi guy. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But is that like a win? Like, is that a good, I mean, like, do we want him saying that shit?
Well, it's a win for this reason. Because now his Groyper followers will either vote Democrat or not vote at all. And that's good. You don't want anybody voting for Republicans. But yeah, his criticism is like, Trump fucked everything up. He's not being Nazi enough. Like one of his lines is like, he's not even doing the mass deportations. That's what he says. So like in many ways, the argument is stupid and it all falls apart because he drives that bitch into a ditch.
Yeah.
But the underlying sentiment of telling people to vote Democrat, like, yeah, fucking tell people to vote Democrat. Like that's what we want you to do. Like make it so that anybody who votes is voting Democrat because Trump's going to try to steal this motherfucker and it's going to be horrible. I'm telling everybody right now, they're working on that shit too right now as we speak. Trump, right after they bombed Iran, the first time, Trump dropped some shit that said Iran stole the 2020 election. He posted an article blaming them for that shit. And like his plan is going to be to declare a national emergency and say, we're not having the election. We're not having the midterms. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's trying to do.
Fuck, man, it's only the beginning. And like, I'm worried that like something's going to happen here on U.S. soil because it's like.
Something already happened. Did you see what happened in Austin?
I didn't even really see what happened, to be honest with you.
There was a mass shooting in a Austin bar. And then, so here's the part that's sketchy though. So they say the guy who did it had a Quran in his car and he was wearing a shirt that said property of Allah. People were looking at that. They were going, come on with this CIA ass bullshit. Like, obviously you're manufacturing consent, but like, think about it. If it could be that for sure. And the other option is it actually is blowback for doing war with Iran. Either way, like, we don't want that shit happening here. Yeah. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard is saying like, Americans are not safe now. Now they're saying they're trying to get all of our people out of like every Middle Eastern country, even like Egypt, which has nothing to do with this shit. They're like, evacuate if you're there because nothing's safe right now. Like the world
Yeah.
is literally falling apart and blowing up right in front of our eyes, bro. Like it's actually like it's all happening. This is like some fucking World War III shit unfolding.
Yeah, I mean, I was in DR and like they like I don't know how closely they pay to politics and shit like that, but like we were at a school and one of the dudes came up to my brother and was like, he was like, Trump's your guy?
Oh,
Like basically
man.
like he knew the deal with Trump and
Oh,
people know the deal and it's like they automatically assume that you rock with him if you're
yeah,
from the US and it's like you
yeah,
got to be like, no, that's not my guy, like, you know, and like you have to defend yourself from the shit he's doing. So I can't imagine being some shit where like you like they really keep up with politics and are like on
yep.
top of that shit because then they're going to be pressing you either a lot harder and like making shit a lot more difficult from you. In DR, everybody's like free will, everybody's happy, go lucky, you know, whatever, like dancing, vibing, chilling. If you're somewhere that like they're more like you're in Germany or some shit, like nah, you might not leave that bitch because they're about to fuck you up. Like, so like I can't imagine what it's like being abroad somewhere else right now because we're not looked at like
Everybody
no one
hates us.
fucks with us.
Everybody hates us. And you know what? They're fucking right. They're right to hate us. You know, like we get it. I fucking get it. I get it.
Crazy because like, so I don't know your thoughts. I mean, on like the USA hockey team going to like the White House and shit like that. But like,
fuck those motherfuckers.
Fuck them, right? Yeah, but like, here's my thing, and I have a bad litmus test of where we are as a country because when Donald Trump went to a Pittsburgh Steelers game, he sat in a booth and it felt like the crowd was like cheering for him. And I don't know if that was just like PR or like they you know, the video I saw was right wing or whatever, but the US team went to a couple of the players played in Pittsburgh like the next night after they met the president, and the crowd was going crazy during the national anthem and shit like that. And I was like, how do these people still rock with like, are they that patriotic? Are they that
they
Trump
don't
supporting? Like,
bro, Trump decided not to go to the Super Bowl because he was told you are going to get booed if you go. Do not go. The tides have totally fucking shifted. In the polls before Trump started this war, he was at a 38% approval rating. Now he does the attack. It's only like 25% of the country agrees with it. And then this is before the gas prices are going to skyrocket. This is before there's going to be an economic shock that it's the entire world. Like he's going to be at George W. Bush levels after 8 years within a month.
I just feel like he could still win like Pittsburgh or some shit. Like if they had a vote, like
he lost Pittsburgh. He
lost
Pittsburgh
in
20. Yeah.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better because
Pennsylvania
again,
in 2020.
Okay, good. Because like I see him at football games. I see him. You see the USA hockey guys that everybody I feel like was like fuck those guys, but they still go to their arenas and like they were getting big ass applause, big ass cheers.
But bro, they're getting these people like all the hockey players, bro.
Yeah,
they had people that were fucking furious with them. Like they definitely heard mad shit.
Yeah,
one of those guys was like plays for a Canadian hockey team, and I saw Canadians on the timeline like, fuck you. We want to kick you out of off the team and out of the fucking country. Like, go fuck yourself. This is what you're doing. Like, this guy talks about stealing motherfucking Canada, and you're shaking his hand in the White House. Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, no, it's catching up, dog. It's catching up. I know you've been like on vacation and doing a lot of shit, but if you were plugged in, like reading and following everything for the past like 2 weeks, you would realize right now, like the vibe shift is crazy because like it's almost over. Like it's almost like the world is fucking on the brink, dog. Like it's bad. Like I guarantee you, Trump has already discussed maybe nuking Iran.
Oh,
I guarantee you, because he tweeted
like just bone chilling.
Bro, he tweeted some shit that was like a nuclear threat. He was like, Iran says they're going to hit back hard. They better not, because if they do, I'll do something that nobody's ever even seen. Like it's terrifying. It's terrifying. He's got to be fucking. He's got to be removed. Like he just has to. This is insane where we're at right now.
I think I said it was like the sentence was like, we're going to continue to bomb until we get world peace. And I was like, how does that sentence even make sense, bro? Like, how does that sentence?
It doesn't. It's a contradiction. Like, it makes no sense.
You're talking about just straight bombing civilians, regular ass people until you get world peace. Like, it doesn't even make sense. And the fact that that's coming from our president was just wild, man. Like, and so I don't know, like, yeah, but the hockey team was the one that kind of like threw me off a little bit because I saw the respect that like they were still getting after they went to the White House, like at some of the arenas and venues they went to, and I kind of was like, it seems like there's still people out there that like push comes to shove, if there was a vote, they would be like, yeah, my American, like I'm American, man. Fuck other countries. Like we're bombing people. We're safe over here. We're powerful. We're strong, and they would still vote for Trump in a weird way. I hope I'm wrong.
They had a poll a few weeks ago that if the election were held today, Kamala Harris would beat Trump by like 8 points or some shit like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it's over, bro. Like his second term is over. Now they're just dealing with the fallout. Like he's doing this war. He's going to try to rig the elections. Like he will never be liked again. Ever. He will never be liked again. There's a 0% chance of that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more for you, and then we get to some of these super chats. I wanted to see your thoughts on this one here. I think this came out that it was fake, but the Tampa airport, and I feel like you'd have strong feelings on this one. They said they were going to ban pajamas at their airport.
This got to be fake. This isn't real.
They tweeted this out, and I think like they came out and then said afterwards that they weren't actually banning pajamas, but they were banning pajamas and Crocs at their airport, saying that it was like on some sloppy shit.
I feel like it's got to be a joke because this is some shit that the Secretary of Transportation said, like, don't fly in your pajamas, like put on a suit or like look nice when you fly. So I feel like it's got to be a joke, but no, the fact that anybody thinks this is fucking insane. Like when you're flying, there's no better time to be comfortable is when you're doing something that's like supremely uncomfortable. The other thing is they smash you into that plane and squeeze you together with other people like you're a fucking sardine. Like,
OD.
Motherfucker, give me some goddamn... You want me to dress nice? Give me some motherfucking leg room, bitch. Like, are you crazy? So, no, if there ever was a time to be comfortable, it should be when you're flying, Facts. Like, I get trying to like, oh, maybe there could be a dress code at work or something like I get that. But when you're flying, nah, bro, everybody should be in sweatpants. Everybody should be chilling. Like, and by the way, who the fuck even has money to like buy nice clothes to fucking fly in an airplane? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's fucking broke. Yep. The AI is stealing everybody's jobs. Inflation's out of control. People could barely fucking afford groceries. And you're telling people to fucking dress nice on the air. Like, fuck you. Make an airport and an airline that makes me feel like I want to dress up. How about that? How about you make that shit nice and pretty like the fucking Middle Eastern airlines where it's like giant and comfortable and beautiful looking,
Yeah. No, that's a good ass point, man. Yeah, I still remember like even back in high school, like wearing sweatpants and just flip-flops to school. Cause it's like at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what the fuck I'm learning in, like as long as I'm learning this shit, like my junk is covered, my like, like my nipples are covered. So like, let me wear whatever I want, like the fact that this is even a thing to people, kind of got me a little bit tight because to your point, they shove you on that plane like you're mad close to people. So like, let me wear some shit that like is free flowing, that like, I'm always impressed when I'll see dudes wearing some fancy ass shit because whenever I wear some fancy shit, like my beard like will like kind of like shed in there, and then like I'll have like little like free shit on my shoulders, and like I'll be eating a fucking hot dog or some shit and grease will drip down. Like I'm fascinated when I see a dude at the end of the day still wearing some fresh shit that hasn't been fucked up with like a stain or like anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you have kids. If you're going around with kids,
if you have kids,
nice.
Oh my God.
I don't know how people do it. Like the people who sit in first class, I'm like, don't you eat some crusty, greasy ass shit? Like,
your shit will get fucked up, bro. Your shit will get fucked up. I do think though, unpopular opinion, I actually think most men's suits are actually kind of comfortable. Like the legs are the pants are not like jeans are less comfy than men's business pants with a suit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, nobody thinks of it like that, but it's kind of true. The only thing that sucks about wearing a suit and tie is like tying the tie. And like, sometimes it could be a little warm if you're wearing the button down shirt with the tie and the jacket with it. Like that could be a little warm, but like
I'll wear an undershirt under my shit too. So it's like
then
a
that'll
shirt
definitely
and a
make it.
shirt.
Yeah, that'll definitely make it. Yeah, that'll definitely make it so that it's too hot. But like those pants are not that bad. So like I don't even mind dressing up. But to your point, not when I'm fucking flying on an airplane. That's crazy, dog. That's
Hell no.
insane.
Even my pilot, like, yo, if you want to throw some sweatpants on, like, throw sweatpants on. You don't gotta wear the whole shit. Like, I'd rather you be comfy than some tight ass pants that, like, you know, and a shirt that, like, you don't like. I need you to be flexible. So wear like some Under Armour shit. Like, Under Armour should sponsor pilots because they need to be pushing buttons and moving shit and touching shit. So like the flight attendant, you don't have to pretend like you're all dressed up and fancy. Wear some shit that you would wear because you're walking around serving drinks, doing like all this shit. Like same thing with high heels. Like, girl, you don't have to wear high heels. We know you're uncomfortable in those shits.
That
like,
shit is
put some flip flops on.
Walking in high heels is fucking impossible, dog. Impossible.
I don't get why people do it. Like you see girls in pain. I'm like, you know, you can not do that to yourself and just wear some shit.
You can't. Like, I don't know if you like Ron DeSantis wears these like high heels sometimes because he's short and he wants to appear bigger.
Does
and
he
like,
actually wear those like white?
He's got lifts. He's got like high heels for men basically. And when he walks in those shits, it's hilarious because he walks like a guy who's never walked in heels before, which is like if you were to put on heels and if I were to tell you to walk, you walk with like your legs bent the whole time and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
it's like walking with ski boots on. You ever walk with ski boots on and it's like you're like kind of like weirdly like a moose?
Yeah, you're just weirdly like your legs are bent and you're walking strangely. And I don't know how women figured out a way to walk that's not like that in high heels, but they did. They found a way to walk like relatively normal in them.
Yep.
But like, yeah, it looks ridiculous, man. Like, I don't know why anybody would put themselves through that pain. I guess it's purely a looks thing, you know?
Also, why are they still serving McDonald's at the White House, bro?
When did they do that? I didn't see this.
He served McDonald's to the men's hockey
team. Oh, that I guess he just does it because that's his thing now. Like he's sort of been pegged as like he's the McDonald's guy, you know.
It is, but I also saw someone like put something out. Shout out to Tori, was like, there's a whole like food staff of like Michelin star chefs and like people who are getting paid to like feed. Like imagine you won the Masters. And the year that you're about to pick the dinner shit,
Big Macs for everybody.
Yo, no, we're bringing in KFC. Like you'd be like, no, what the fuck? I want the fancy shit. Like, let me pick some. You know, like it's kind of mad disrespectful to like your guest to just be like, yeah.
I guarantee you, there's some reason. I guarantee you, there's some crooked ass, corrupt reason why they did it.
He probably fired the whole like food staff.
Yeah, or like they're pocketing the money that was supposed to be for the food, and so they just buy the McDonald's and they pocket the rest. You know, like there's some bullshit, corrupt reason because that's what they do. Everything's a scam. You know.
Apparently, someone, I don't know what I think the account name was like Mr. MAGA guy or something like that on one of these Kashi sites. Bet $500,000 on the like that we'd go to war with Iran like 8 hours before they bombed or something like that.
Yep. This is what they do, bro. Totally illegal, totally fucking crooked and corrupt and scheming. Like, it's just gross. It's just gross. They all are criminals. They're all criminals.
It's just like the Wild West right now, man. It's fucking scary.
They're all criminals.
Last thing before we get to Super Chats. So we were coming back from DR and we're going through customs and I look up and Pete Davidson was walking right in front of me, man.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
He had like a full mask on and like a hat, so I couldn't like really. I didn't even have time to process like trying to like Jedi a picture with him. But yeah, he was walking through the thing, and it like I remember like he's from Staten Island. I know your sister's like out there or some shit like that. So like she probably might have seen him or something like that. I feel like Staten Island, like everybody sees everybody out there.
It is kind of close knit in a weird way. It's funny because my sister like randomly was hanging out with one of the NSYNC guys who lived in Staten Island.
Yeah.
The I forget which one. Joey Fatone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, you're just hanging out with one of the NSYNC guys? And she was like, yeah, he's at the barbecue. I was like, what?
I would have lost it. I mean, like I think they're pushing for Backstreet Boys to do the Super Bowl. And I kind of was like, yeah, that's cool. But also like, I think we're a little past like Backstreet Boys.
And they sold out OD. With all did you see the Super Bowl commercials that had like all of their songs in it? And it was like some crypto bullshit commercial.
Oh, did they do crypto shit?
Yeah, all of them were like, here, give me a bag, give me like $1 million and you can fucking use our song. Like they're definitely selling out, you know?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like but then again, you can't feel bad for them because they probably were one of these people that got when they were kids. You know, like they probably had some weird fat guy that like
Literally, they
stealing all their
did.
money.
And he was a pedophile. Yeah, they did.
Oh,
Oh, his name is Ron Perlman, and he was really fucking fat. He had this thing called I think he had like an airline or something, and he created Transatlantic Records, and he like basically stole all their money. And there's like there's a documentary called The Boy Band Con on
oh,
YouTube that
really?
you can buy, and they talk about all of it. But like, yeah, there's all sorts of allegations against that guy. So they literally had exactly what you're describing. Yeah.
Okay. Obama said aliens were real. Did you believe him?
He didn't actually say that. He said it in like a statistically they're real sense, because
Okay.
there's so many planets. Like if you watch the whole clip, he doesn't actually say like, oh, they're real and I've seen them, or like I got information on them. He says the opposite of that actually. So
Okay, because people were giving him
everybody
shit because like the guy didn't like follow up or something, like with like the next question being like, all right, so tell me more.
no, everybody took that out of context. It was so annoying. So I saw the whole clip and I was like, there's nothing here. I don't know what people are talking about. He
okay,
just says
good.
like, because there are so many planets, statistically, like their aliens exist. It was like that, and they took it out of context and just put aliens exist.
Oh,
It made
so
it seem like
out of context shit.
they made it seem like the CIA had like a secret meeting with him and said, "Sir, it's true. The aliens are here." Like they didn't do that shit, you know.
All right, let's get to some lovely super chats.
All right, let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Cole, thanks for the $10. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank Democrats' response to the Trump regime? Obviously, some individual Dems are better than others, but as a collective, where do they fall? Welcome back, guys. Thanks, Cole. Appreciate it. Where do they fall? I mean, it's so case by case basis that I can't give like an overall grade. But if you watch the segment I did today, the first like 4 or 5 Democrats I covered do a great job, and the ones after that did a horrible job. So it literally ranges from some people getting a 0 to some people getting like a 9 or 10. You know, like I'd say Graham Plattner's up there 9 or 10. Ruben Gallego is actually 9 or 10. Chris Murphy's up there like 8 or 9.
Chuck Schumer ass cheeks.
Schumer like fucking 0, because he actually supports the bombing. He just says like he does a process criticism to dodge it. He acts like, oh, you didn't even come to us. How dare you? But man, you should make your case to the American people, Mr. President. It's very like, I kind of support it, so I'm not going to actually fight it, you know? So he's like 0. Hakeem Jeffrey 0 because he supports it too. It's a big mix, so I can't give like a general grade.
Thanks, Cole.
King of the Viltrumite, shout out to you, bro. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, would you, Crystal, and Corin take part in a general strike or revolution? I sure would. I crave a challenge and a truly righteous battle. Yeah, I mean, for sure. For sure. I don't know if you could consider, it's weird, right? Because is what I'm doing, like it doesn't feel like a job. It feels like I do the news, and that's not really a job. So I don't know if I'm like technically part of that general strike. I feel like it applies to people who, you know, are working at a real job, if you will.
Yeah.
So, but for sure,
like
we should have a
revolutionish.
strike, you know, for sure we should have a general strike. That'd be awesome. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate
has
you.
a couple in a row here.
Prediction: after Trump, we will have the most social plus economic progressive era in U.S. history. Early 2010s will look like Jim Crow South in comparison. I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. That's what we all feel that on some level, that like we need to course correct this shit. We've gone so far to the right and it's so crazy. But we'll see. You know, the future is what we make it. We gotta fight for that shit in order for it to happen. We can't just like hope it happens, you know?
You probably see it in Virginia, but driving back from Florida, still seeing like huge Confederate flags waving in the sky, man, is just like, it's kind of wild to see, like, you know, like, but then I also thought like that was their history, you know? So like, there's probably people whose grandparents like fought.
Yeah, but they're racist as fuck.
They definitely are.
They're OD racist. They've been doing that dodge forever. Like, oh, it's about history, or heritage, not hate. It's like, no, motherfucker, it's about hate. Y'all motherfuckers hate black people. Just say it, you know?
Facts.
They got to play hide the ball. They had to play hide the ball. Now they're letting it all out again. Is it safe to say that we are seeing a revolution in its early stages as we speak? Also, bring Bernie or AOC on KKF. Get the big guns in your shed. I'd love to do that. But, you know, they're quite busy. I'm not sure they would be up for... They're not on speed dial. I'll just say that. I don't have them on speed dial, but I'd like to have them on. I think the question was, are we in the early stages of a revolution? Maybe. I can't say for sure, but I hope so. It certainly feels like something's bubbling up because everybody's so furious is what's happening right now, you know? Time Bandit, thanks for the $10. Trump saying he won Minnesota 3 times when they're literally the only state to never vote for Reagan is peak comedy. He's definitely going to steal the midterms. There's no doubt about it. He's basically broadcasting it. He's saying it like he has like 7 different plots to steal the election. He's basically saying out loud, I'm going to try to steal the election. So it's kind of crazy to me that everybody's acting like that's not the case right now, you know?
Facts.
King of the Viltrumines, thanks again for the $10. Kyle, what do you think MAGA, YouTube, and podcast grifters, Ben Shapiro, Nick Fuentes, Dave Rubin, Matt Walsh, Tim Pool, etc., will do once Trump and MAGA are out of power for good, 2029 and beyond? That's a great question, man. I feel like Ben Shapiro will ride whatever Republican president there is, right, or candidate there is. Nick Fuentes will. That's a good question about Nick Fuentes.
Just bash.
I don't know. No, I feel like he's doing the reverse Jimmy Dore thing where he's like only shitting on Republicans from their right and therefore undermining Republicans. So I don't know where that ends up. I don't know if he tries to shift back to the left or just leave politics altogether. Dave Rubin is going to dwindle in relevance just like Ben Shapiro, but still ride Republicans. Matt Walsh is just confused. Tim Pool is falling apart. I don't even know if his show is going to exist in 5 years, bro, because he's like whining and crying and bitching and moaning every day, mad that Candace Owens basically stole all his viewers. So I'm as interested as everybody else as to what will happen with Tim Pool, but it looks like eventually he's going to have to fold up shop because nobody's really interested in what he's selling anymore, you know? Cole, thanks again for the $5. What are your thoughts on online petitions? Do they actually do anything, or are they all performative? I don't know. That's a good question. You'd probably have to ask the people who like do the online petitions if they've seen positive results from them. I'm sure if you have an online petition, you know, that's been used before to like get something changed to like a city council or some like local government or something like that, maybe even state government. So I wouldn't say that they're useless, but you know, again, that's probably a better question for somebody who is not an activist, but an organizer and like works on online petitions.
Thanks, Cole.
Not really Rachel Atwood. Thanks for the $5. Got to give a shout out to Jerome Whalen, who's in Massachusetts 1st District, for getting the necessary 2K signatures to get on the ballot for the primary. Richie Neal is toast. That would be great. Richie Neal is a very, very conservative Democrat. So shout out to you and shout out
Richie
to
Neal sounds like a 1960s like singer my father used to like.
He does kind of sound like that. Cole, thanks again, man. How can you tell when an apology from someone, especially an influencer or politician, is genuine, or do we live in a post-apology world where such gestures are meaningless? I don't know. It's a good question. I feel like if the apology feels heartfelt and then plus it's matched with actions that fit that, then it's acceptable. But you got to be careful in today's day and age because there's so many people who are just grifters and don't really believe what they say, and they're just looking for a lane. And like, how many people have we seen flip-flop back and forth on Trump, whether it's Dave Smith or fucking Nick Fuentes? Like, you know, it's hard to tell. And so I'm jaded, I'm cynical, and I'm pessimistic, certainly about people who at any point were MAGA these days. So yeah, I mean, for me, I just look at them and say, sort of go fuck yourself. Like, if you want to join us, you could join us, but motherfucker, get to the back of the bus. Like, don't speak up. Don't speak unless spoken to. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on that.
Yep, I agree with that.
Eldon, thanks for the $5. Have you been to Haiti? What are the differences between the two? How do people in DR view Haiti or Cuba? Would you ever go to Puerto Rico or Jamaica? So first, let me take my crack at this. I've never been to Haiti. The difference between DR and Haiti is blacker and DR is browner, right?
Yeah.
You say? How do people in DR look down on people in Haiti? I know that. And because there's racism, and then there's also colorism, which is a big thing, and there's a lot of that there. And then I've never been to
status
Cuba.
and class type of shit.
Yeah, I've never been to Cuba. And if you're asking me if I'd ever go to Puerto Rico or Jamaica, I've been to Puerto Rico before, and I've never been to Jamaica. When I went to Puerto Rico, I liked it, but also you could see the massive income and wealth inequality, and you could tell how it's neglected by the empire that it's a part of, you know?
Yeah, no, I think you hit it all perfectly. Jed would be able to explain the difference between DR and Haiti a lot better than we do, but Kyle, I think, hit it pretty well on the head. I think Dominicans look down on Haitians just because of like a class thing. I've never been there. I think it's hard to kind of go to Haiti from DR. I've been to Puerto Rico, never to Jamaica.
Bernie Sanchez, thanks for the $5. Hey, Corin, I tried Paradise Pub Burgers. Thanks to you, and now I'm hooked. It's legit. Thanks for the great recommendation.
That's what's up, man. I'm glad you went. You should have like tweeted me a picture of some shit. But hopefully you got the Merck's Cheddar Burger. So banging. Definitely go back. I'm gonna go back next time I'm in Illinois. Thanks for going there.
Yeah, me and Crystal just had Shake Shack actually before we did
banger.
the podcast. Yeah. In defense of the genre, thanks for the $5. YouTube is actively trying to suppress the name Epstein. We all need to stay angry about that. That's why I had to type it like that. That's interesting you say that, man. I should actually go take a look at my YouTube videos that mention him and see if like the ones with that in the title are doing worse off. So I should probably take a look at that. But thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Kind of also sucks like if you're just like a regular ass dude named like Josh Epstein and you're trying to start a YouTube channel.
Totally, yeah.
Like you got no shot. Like you're behind the 8 ball on that shit.
Yep. John, thanks for the $5. I was let down that Massey vote in favor of the SAVE Act, especially since he voted against the one big bullshit bill. I imagine he still separates GOP and Trump policy. Yeah, bro. Like he's a libertarian, right? And so everybody's got to remember the libertarians are going to disappoint you on virtually every single economic issue, right? And obviously they're going to disappoint you on election-related issues too, because he shit the bed on this one. So just keep in mind, like he's good for what he's good for, which is every now and then bucking Trump on certain issues. But outside of that, he could still be a total piece of shit. This is a guy who wants to bring child labor back to the country. So like keep that in mind. That's a pretty depraved position, you know?
Who the fuck would want that?
A libertarian.
Right.
They think it gets in the way of the free market to have child labor laws. They're fucking crazy.
Right.
Southeast, thanks for the $5. Learned in my college class the other day that in order to 25th Amendment a sitting president, the VP needs the approval of 9 out of 15 cabinet members. That's right. And hopefully, hey, JD Vance, if you're still in there at all and you actually give a shit about being anti-war, you better get to work on those numbers, bro. Better get to work on that. It'd be great to see. Joshua, thanks for the $10. The New York Post came out with a video of a black woman yelling at Zoran for not releasing a statement about a recent black woman's death for unusual circumstances. They have nothing. Yeah, that seems like a bit of a stretch, doesn't it? That's very bizarre. Yeah, their scandals they try to cook up against him are hilarious. Like, somebody threw a snowball at a cop. You better press charges. Like, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the New York Post is just reaching for shit on him.
Lefty Memes, thanks for the $5. If he loses the California governor's primary, should Tom Steyer buy MS Now and turn into an anti-Trump lefty network that advocates for social democracy? Hell yeah, Lefty Memes. I fucking love that. That's a phenomenal idea.
That was the guy who stood next to you at the...
No, that's not... No, that was like Bill Welder or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was the Tom Steyer.
No. It was like Bill something. I forget. He ran as like a libertarian.
Yeah.
But anyway, he was like the libertarian VP candidate or some shit. But anyway, no, Tom Steyer, if he wins, then he's actually, I think, the most left-wing option, even though he had a bad interview with Hassan today. I still think he's like the most left-wing of the options running for governor in California. But yeah, if he doesn't win, yeah, that'd be a great idea. And I hope somebody whispers it to him. But, you know, they're really consolidating the media in a sense where, like, anybody who even tries to do some good shit is probably going to get fucked up and blocked and, like, investigated and all sorts of evil stuff. This is a truly fascist regime, man. Like, there's no doubt about it. Uniball, thanks for the $50. Very kind of you. Kyle, I'm lobbying to start using FDR's Economic Bill of Rights in your messaging. I know I'm just a peon, but I feel like if the left is going to retake Democratic Party, we need unified messaging. The Economic Bill of Rights is that message. I mean, the Economic Bill of Rights is phenomenal messaging. I think it's great. I think it's something you absolutely should push for. Marianne Williamson did bring that up with her campaign when she ran primarying Biden. But yeah, it's not in this moment. I don't want us to. It's almost like I don't want us to get lost in the weeds of policy. Everything matters in this moment because everything is under attack, right? So what I've done is I've tried to narrow everything down to, our enemies are the billionaires, the warmongers, and the fascists. And like you have to be against the billionaires, the warmongers, and the fascists. And out of that comes all the policies, right? It comes all the social policies we support, comes all the economic policies we support, comes all the foreign policy stuff we support. So yeah, the Economic Bill of Rights is great, but it also, don't forget, as we're watching fascism and imperialism take over the world, that like we need that anti-war message too to also be front and center. So like I don't want to box us in on any particular thing. It's the whole umbrella of all the shit. Like we're going for the whole shebang now. It's a full court press to defeat these motherfuckers. They're wrong about everything and we're right about everything.
Thanks, Uniball.
Michael, thanks for the $5. Do you have any experience with Michael Tracy? Why is he becoming the Epstein defender? Do you think it's just contrarian or he's being paid? I mean, that video was kind of crazy. The video of like they ask him like, "Who's paying you?" And he's like, "What? I can't hear you, bro. I lost you. Say that again." He's like, "Anyway."
Michael Tracy on our side, or is that the actor guy?
No, Michael Tracy is. It depends on the issue if he's on your side or not. Sometimes he's on your side, sometimes he's not. On Epstein, he's most certainly not on our side.
Who would be on Epstein's side? How would you defend that shit?
He is okay. He has a little case of something I like to call terminal contrarianism, where it's like he's got to be the spiciest in the room and he's got to like position himself in opposition to whatever the whole of culture is doing. And like all of culture and society has correctly recognized that Epstein is an intelligence agent and he ran a honeypot operation and he has blackmail on all these people. And he's like, he was a child sex trafficker or stuff. And he just from top to bottom just rejects that whole thing. And he says it's all a big misunderstanding. And Jeffrey Epstein was actually like a guy who was a pedophile, but he wasn't a trafficker. And like, I don't know. But to answer your question, I would have said, I think he's just a contrarian. And I think he just believes the shit he's saying. I would have said that. But after watching that clip of him, like, not dodging the question on whether or not he's being paid by any of the Epstein criminals, like that makes me go, damn, man, really? Like maybe he is being paid. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know the answer, but it doesn't look good for him either way, whether he's just wrong on it or if he's getting paid for it, you know?
I saw a video of Jeffrey Epstein at a Knicks game and I was like, damn, man, why do you have to be a Knicks fan? Yeah, I gave a little soft spot in my heart for him.
That's funny. John, thanks for the $5. I know a guy who's Egyptian and his name is Mario. He pronounces it Mario, not Mario. The later pronunciation is just as real as Kyle's legs. Well, guess what, bitch? What's that?
They're there.
That's a leg, bitch. That's a leg. So, yeah, it's real. You know, it's funny because me and Chris will always go back and forth on this. And, like, we have an equal number of evidence on both sides. So, like, there's a song by the R&B singer Mario where at the beginning of it, he says, Mario, let's go. And so, like, whenever she pretends like, oh, it's Mario, I'm like, watch this shit. And I'll play that song and be like, see, that motherfucker said Mario. That's his name, bro. The other thing is, I don't take lectures on how to say the name when my fucking grandfather's name was Mario, okay? Like, I knew how to pronounce my fucking grandfather's name, all right? Like, it was my grandma on my mom's side's second husband. So I called him Mario. I didn't call him grandpa. My grandpa was dead before I was born. But, like, he was the only grandpa I had. His name was Mario. So, like, yeah, I'm Team Mario, and I'll ride that shit into the sunset.
I think the guy from Saved by the Bell, I think it's Mario Lopez, right? It's not Mario.
Yeah, Mario.
Lopez.
Yeah, it's not Mario Lopez.
Yeah,
It seems
Mario
so pretentious
Lopez.
to me. Mario.
Yeah, no, it ain't that shit.
It's like, what do you do? Do you get married or do you get married? You get married, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. CK Progressive, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. There's a CBS News report from February 2020 that's still on YouTube about how Jewish American Freddos go to Israel to flee prosecution. I suggest you watch it before Barry Weiss takes it down. Maybe Kyle can discuss it on his show. I think that's actually a well-known fact that if you have dual citizenship and you're caught in the U.S., where are you going to go? You're going to flee to the other country. So that's like, I believe that's like a well-known thing that's been well-known for a while. And I have heard that before. I haven't seen this particular segment, but I've seen others on it. And yeah, it's a thing. It's actually a thing. So shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. Can we send the politicians who wanted this war to go to Iran to fight and see how manly they are? Throw in Joe Rogan too. Yeah, people are saying, send Barron was trending, and I totally agree. Send Barron. I think every politician should have to send somebody who's a close family member if they support the war. Yeah, it's fucking unconscionable. They send like poor kids and black and brown kids to fight and die over what? The fucking Epstein class? Like that's what they're doing. So it's just total bullshit, and fuck all of them. Shout out to you, bro. 123 Rock fan, thanks for the $5. The McDonald's Burger Gate is hilarious. CEO couldn't even take a good bite out of their own burger. LOL. Have you guys seen the clip? I actually just saw the clip.
Yeah, I didn't watch the clip, but I saw it. Like, I started it.
Bro, that shit is hilarious. So he's
what
like,
happened? He couldn't bite the burger.
First of all, let me just say that shit looks banging. It's called the Big Arch.
Yeah,
man, it looks.
Yeah, the bun was like brown and shit.
So he goes. Oh, we got this new thing, and we're testing it in this place and that place, and I'm gonna give it a shot now. And he goes and he takes a bite, and he's like, and then he says like, it's a big bite for a big burger, and then he shows it, and he took like the tiniest motherfucking bite you've ever seen, and then he goes on to call it a product. He's like, this product really is wonderful. Oh. And everybody's looking at him like, motherfucker, you don't eat McDonald's. Like, what are you doing? Get somebody who eats McDonald's. Get Corin in there. He'll fucking eat that shit. Be like, bro, this shit is actually banging. You know?
I would devour that shit.
Yeah, so it's just funny.
Have someone do that, not you, man.
I know. He made it so awkward, and it was so obvious that he doesn't love his job, the CEO. Like, he doesn't fucking eat McDonald's and shit. And here he is trying to sell that shit. It's kind of hilarious.
I would have loved to see like what he did after the fucking cameras went off. Like he was like, "Get this fucking nasty shit out."
Yeah, he spit that shit out for sure. He doesn't like McDonald's. You can tell he doesn't like McDonald's. He's not a real one. Offensive humor. Thanks for the $5. Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? Corin, welcome back. No more vacations because World War III broke out while you're gone. Kyle, thoughts on the cryptic 9/11 emails in the Epstein files? Somebody made a great point about the 9/11, the lack of any emails around 9/11. And I thought it was a great point. They said, it's not just that the emails are missing around 9/11. They're missing around the 2000 election. And that was a stolen election, right? Like that is, there was a big thing in Florida and like Al Gore actually won it, but they said George W. Bush won it. And then the Supreme Court stopped the recount and handed it to Bush. And like, that's the shit that I got my eyes for real on, because Epstein was part of this like actual deep state, this shadow government that ran the world. He did the running of the guns for the Iran-Contra scandal. And so like the guy who was doing Iran-Contra shit for that scandal in the 1980s, he was already ingratiated in this shadow government running the world in the 2000s. I have no doubt he was involved with the attempt to steal 2000 for George W. Bush. So that's the bigger
side.
What's that?
You think he was on George Bush's side and wasn't like a Gore guy, like trying to help him?
I do. I think he was a George Bush guy. Yeah, I think he was a George Bush guy. He was also a Trump guy. That's what the emails showed too. So yeah, I think he was a George Bush guy, and I think that there was something fishy going on around that 2000 election. Potentially something fishy going on around 9/11 too. But yeah, the fact that all those emails are missing is a big fucking deal. Just like it's a big fucking deal that the FBI hid all the interviews with Katie Johnson that they did over, basically, she said when I was 13, Trump raped me, basically,
Yeah. Wasn't there a photo that came out that they tried to delete that they found of the one guy who's fucking said he was on the island with his nanny, but then they found another photo of him like back there, like without his family and nanny?
Yes, Howard Lutnick. Yep, that's right.
Fuck that guy, man. Fuck that guy.
And the Melania documentary maker was there too in that same picture. Yeah, these guys, really? They're all part of the club, bro. They're all part of the club doing.
And they're all just lying.
Shit.
Like there's no.
They'll just lie. They just lie.
Fucking lying.
Me and Crystal were just talking about this today. People really struggle to wrap their minds around an actual liar. Like we're used to, in our daily lives, you're used to working with people who are like generally kind of honest and will like just tell you what they think and will tell you the truth. Mm-hmm. But these are people like Trump and all of his little sycophants, everybody in his cabinet. They just lie. Like they'll just lie. They'll just say some shit. So everybody's looking at all those videos of Trump on the campaign trail. I'm not going to go to war. No more forever wars. We're definitely not going to go to war with Iran. You're not going to get that with me. You're going to get it with Kamala. You're not going to get it with me. And everybody's going, holy shit, he just fucking lied. Like it was just a lie. And it's like, yes, you need to wrap your mind around the fact that that's what con artists do. They will just lie to you. They'll say the exact opposite of the truth. And once you realize that exists, you realize it's demonic. Like that's demonic shit,
Yeah.
Adam King, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I met Talarico, pulled a Corin by taking a pick and had a short convo. Very nice guy, but he also came across as very reserved. Think he'll win tomorrow. It's a great question, man. I genuinely don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen because I've seen a bunch of polls that have Jasmine Crockett up, and then I've seen a couple of polls that had Talarico up. And what I've seen is the polls that have Jasmine up have her up big. The polls that have Talarico up have him up big. I think there was only one poll that was close. So what I would say, my guess is whichever way the election goes, it's going to be close. But I genuinely don't know which way it's going to go. So I'm interested to see, just like you guys are.
Where's Talarico at?
Talarico is running for U.S. Senate in Texas, and he's running in the Democratic primary against Jasmine Crockett. And it's an interesting race, particularly because Jasmine Crockett has issues on policy, but she's a fighter. And she's authentic, and she's a very like partisan Democrat, which in this era is like a positive thing to like hate Republicans and be open about that, right? Yeah. So that's what she has going for her. He has going for him that he's really good on policy, and he like has been targeting the billionaires like crazy. His style is a little more reserved and a little more politician-y, but he's really good on policy, and his platform is really good too. And so it's interesting. I'm very curious to see who's going to win. Are people going to go with like the person who feels authentic and fights, or are they going to go with the person who's like, very anti-billionaire and very policy focused? It'll be interesting to see the results. I'm curious.
I wonder if if that shooting did anything to sway people in a certain direction or something.
Doubt it. Not in that race. No, no, because they're both in favor of like reasonable gun control.
Facts.
Loader Link, thanks for the $5. Hey guys, love you both. Just wanted to point out something to Kyle. Methane blue is used for oxygen deficits and other stuff in hospitals. Yeah, no, I know that it's always been used for certain problems and certain ailments. But the right is using it as like a supplement these days. And so, they swear by it, but like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. These things come like in and out of fashion. Like certain things come in and out of fashion as like the next miracle thing, and it just happens to be this one right now.
Thanks, Loner.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. I wonder if this is the one unjust Middle East war Chomsky forgives because he understands why it happened. Blackmailed by Jeffrey Epstein. I doubt it. I think Chomsky, if he's still alive, is looking at this going, fuck, this is crazy. This is crazy. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it. Time Bandit, thanks for the $20. Kyle, is there a time you're nostalgic for, even though there was a shitty president at the time? For instance, I'm nostalgic for 2007, as you can tell by my username, even though Bush was president at the time. Yeah, bro, nostalgia doesn't have to be logical, you know? Like, nostalgia is just, it's literally about evoking the feelings of the past. So this is one of the things me and Chris will talk about this all the time. I'm a very nostalgic guy, very nostalgic. And I get more emotional resonance from like places instead of people. So like if you show me the house where I grew up in, I'll get a rush of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Certainly, you take us back to the high school, I'll get a rush of emotions just because so much happened there and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I'm big on places and I'm huge on nostalgia. Where like shit, mention any year, and it's nostalgic to me. You say 2008, I start thinking about what I was doing in 2008, and I go, damn, that shit was crazy. I remember that. You mentioned 2002, I'm doing the same shit. So to your point, yeah, I'm nostalgic for all that shit, just because I'm a nostalgic person, you know?
That hit me when T.I. came up with that new song recently. Like, it literally brought me back to probably like 2005, 2006, sitting in your Chevy Tahoe right outside the high school. And that song is basically, it sounded exactly like some shit that he would have came out back then in 05, like 04, 05, 06.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me think like the nostalgia was like, damn, I could picture you just like putting that on and just bumping it. That song was a banger, his new shit.
I didn't listen to it yet. I got to listen to it.
Oh, you got to.
Sure, I love it.
It's going to take you back, bro. Like, you're going to put it on and think you're back in the Blazer, just turning up some fucking bangers.
I love that. I love that shit. Path of Then, thanks for the $5. Every Democratic insider I know in Washington has lost their minds, both in media and Pentagon, at least for Venezuela. It's who's going to stop us? Wait, every Democratic insider you know in Washington has lost their minds, both in media and the Pentagon? At least for Venezuela, it's who's going to stop us? The Democrats are saying that? The Democrats were saying who's going to stop us taking over Venezuela? I'm a little confused by what you're saying here. I'd be surprised if Democratic insiders are saying that.
Yeah. Thank you, though, Pat.
Peppy Luscious, thanks for the $20. Hey, yo, lighten up on NASCAR. Check out Michael Jordan's race team 23XI. They won the first 3 races this season and all weed banger races. It's not such a redneck sport anymore. Yeah, I saw that he three-peated in fucking NASCAR now. That's so crazy. This motherfucker, he's going to go down as like the most prolific winner ever because like his whole life is just winning shit, you know?
Yeah. They try to like cancel him when he was like, apparently that kid had like ice on his back.
That video was wild, dog. That video, I'll cancel him for that shit. What the fuck?
And apparently the kid had like some shit on his back and he was like trying to take it off.
But the way everybody, like the way the people came out and pretended like it was debunked to be mad at him about it, like I don't give a fuck if he had a motherfucking deadly spider on his back. Like the way you're grabbing his ass and shit is like, bro, that's a child, dog. What are you doing? That's some Epstein shit. God damn.
I guess that's true. Yeah, if there's a spider, you flick that shit, or if there's some stain, you do that shit once. He was going ham. He was going ham. He was going.
But in context, somebody put water and ice down his shirt, and that's what he's doing. I don't give a fuck. Keep your fucking hands off the little boy, Michael Jordan. Keep your fucking hands off the little boy.
Oh yeah, no, but shout out to Michael Jordan. That shit is impressive. I'm like, it's cool to see when someone's so successful, like, continues to do something successful like outside of their wheel. Like Kobe was on that path. Like Kobe would have did that, like, rest in peace, if he never passed away. He would have found some shit where he was winning more, like when he won an Oscar, like seeing that like conquer a new category is dope, like, because you could still see that like passion and drive and fire every time he wins. It's cool to see that from like a fucking Michael Jordan type.
And guys like that need to replace that feeling because that's what they live for, is that competitive shit,
Yep.
HG Trip, thanks for the $20. I saw 41% of U.S. support the war. I'm beyond disturbed and pissed how many do. Fascist media takeover is here. People have lost their minds and have no clue what war is, nor the consequences. Fuck war, Trump and Yahoo. I totally agree, but my good news for you is that if you saw a poll of 41, I haven't seen that poll yet, but that poll would be the highest of the polls that I've seen, because I've seen numbers as low as 25%, 27%. And you're about to see people about to U-turn out this bitch. The only reason there might be some polls at 41, first of all, that's abysmally low. But second of all, it's because they got the Ayatollah. And that's as high as it will ever be, because everything from now is fucking chaos. Everything from now is the economy being fucked and our allies being pissed at us and like everything going wrong. So it's a problem. They're talking about maybe putting boots on the ground. Like 40. Okay, understand, when Bush declared war on Afghanistan, 92% support. When they declared war on Iraq, 72% support. When Trump declared it on Iran, the average is like 34% support.
Yeah.
So like already super fucking unpopular, and it's only going to go down from here. So I agree that like it's disturbing that anybody supports this, but if you actually look at it in context and like the history of these things, it's abysmally low, and it's only going one direction, and it ain't up.
I'm not gonna front, and I know like that, like the economy, like this is probably from Biden's doing or some shit like that. But eggs, those shits were dumb cheap when I bought them the other day. Gas is kind of mad low right now, but I know that's not like
you just
anything
cursed that
like,
shit. Gas is going up. You just wait.
It's gonna be like OD, right? It's gonna be.
And by the way,
OD shit.
you pick the one shit that's not going up. Like beef prices are through the roof, coffee prices are through the roof. There's mad shit that's super high.
Oh yeah, I've been out the loop for a minute. I saw the egg prices and I was like, damn, we doing all right now. Like, let's go invade some other shit.
Well, you're gonna have to fucking fill your car up with eggs in about 2 weeks. I'll tell you that much, because the gas is gonna be donezo. No, there's gonna be shortages. Wisdom, thanks for the $5. When are we getting the rest of the unredacted Corin files? Do y'all pay attention to your local and state politics / officials? Glad to have y'all back. The unredacted Corin files are currently being kept by the FBI and
I'm sifting through those shits.
Yeah, they're banning those.
Everything's gonna be crossed out.
Yeah, everything's redacted. But the local and state politics, yeah, I try to do it. You know, I'm not as crazy on top of it as I probably should be, but I try to stay up on the local shit.
Thanks, Raider.
John Kennedy, thanks for the $5. If I had to guess, Kyle drives an EV with Android Auto. Corin strikes me as a 1999 BMW E46 coupe.
I wish.
With a 6-disc CD changer and manual Windows type guy. No, I'm a truck guy now, bro. See, this is why I'm able to connect with the psychos on the right, because I drive the same vehicle they do. So I got a truck. And I'll go through my history of cars. Ready? So we got the Chevy Blazer was the first one, 1990
banger.
1997. I forget, one of those, like in there
like
somewhere.
Brownish golden color type.
Like
of
a
shit.
golden, yeah, like a golden color type, beige golden type shit. And that was a nice one. It had like the sunroof. It had the heated leather seats and shit. It was good. It was bad on gas, but it was a good car. Then I had same thing, like a 1999 Chevy Cavalier. I think I want to say it was
shit, right.
Red shit. Very cheap car, but like I got a lot of miles on that shit. You know that.
Yep.
Then came the 2003 Ford Mustang.
Yep. That was silver or gray?
It was silver. And it wasn't the it was like the lower model one. It wasn't like the like really sporty one that has the V8 engine or whatever the fuck. It wasn't that. It was
I remember when you got that.
I love that shit. I just liked the way it looked. It looked fierce to me.
Didn't you drive out to Long Island to pick that up?
We did. Drove out there. I think you were with me. You might have been with me, at least to look at some of the Mustangs. And then after that, I had a 2016 Subaru, which I still have. I still have the 2016 Subaru, and now I drive a truck because we need it for all the kids and all the stuff we do.
Yeah, I got a Kia Carnival because I got 4 kids, and then I have a Chevy Traverse, which I like. But I had a
you had a Ford Explorer for sure, but that wasn't the first one.
No,
the first one
Galant that my stepbrother had, a white shit.
You had a Galant. You had did you have a Golf at one point? Like a
GTI. Yeah, the Volkswagen GTI shit.
Volkswagen, you're right. You had.
Then I had the Explorer.
The Explorer.
Then I drove an Oldsmobile Cutlass.
Yeah, you drove. I remember that shit. Yo,
and then I had a purple Nissan Sentra. That shit was like a Barney car, bro. It was like.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I had that in college. It was like it was a quick stint, but it was dumb old, and it was like I had to pick Molly up one time in that car, and she was not expecting me to drive that bitch, and I pulled up in that shit. I still remember one time, like I used to go with Vinny Caniello to Dunkin' Donuts, and like his dad would go with us sometimes and get like an iced coffee or some shit, and I was like, yeah, I'll drive, and his dad was like, nah, we're good, like we'll take the Acura. Like they didn't want to pull up in my car because it was grimy. So shout out to myself for driving that shit for a hot minute, because that was like a fucking pussy killer mobile.
I remember that era when we used to go to Dunkin' Donuts and just sit there like we're like 85 years old. Yes. Every night we just go to Dunkin' Donuts and chill there.
It was like half Dunkin' Donuts, half Baskin Robbins, and we would just post up in that shit the whole night.
For hours, like we're fucking 85 years old. I remember that shit. I've forgotten about all that. That's funny.
Yep.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Pierre should have said to Megyn Kelly that English is his country's language, not America's. If it can be co-opted and become American, why not Spanish? That's a fucking great point there, sir. I love that point. That's awesome. Totally agree. He should have said that. Diego, thanks for the $10. The reason that Trump feels emboldened on Iran is that a majority of Republican voters support this. This is the inconvenient truth right-wing populists like Dave Smith and Sagar will never contend with. Yeah, that's right. There's only one group in the country that is actually net positive supporting what Trump is doing, and it is Republicans. That's totally true.
Thanks, Diego.
Jacob, thanks for the $20. Hey, there is a fake progressive. He is the Newsom's minion named Mike McGuire running in CD1. Is that Colorado? 1? No. Oh, Congressional District 1 in California. His opponent, Audrey Denny, is an actual progressive. I think it would help to get her some coverage or an interview. Well, can't promise that, but I can promise you that she's going to get a shout out right now on Kyle and Corin. So Audrey Denny, if you happen to live in Congressional District 1 in California, support Audrey Denny and not Mike McGuire, who reminds me of Mark McGuire, who was the baseball guy.
I was just thinking that too. I was like, if it was Mark McGuire, they should have him on the show. Damn, you should get Mark Teixeira on your show. That would be kind of fire, and then just fucking rip him a new asshole and then tell him to send you an autographed baseball. He'd probably do the show. Like, he's probably looking for like some publicity.
Jorgen, thanks for the $5. Don't ever make us wait this long for another Kyle and Corin. My Monday workouts were OD boring. Yeah, that was not me, bro. I'm not taking any of the smoke on this. You better all get mad at Corin because I was chilling. I was ready to do the shit. He was on vacation.
I even asked Molly, I was like, should I take one more week off? Because I was driving back from the city, and she was like, no, get on the fucking podcast. So, shout out to Kyle for hopping back on.
John, thanks again for the $5. What's your favorite animals? Mine are wolves. I feel politicians like BJ Bobert and Cliff Bentz make conservation efforts into culture war fodder. My favorite animal, I have to go with I'm a mountain lion fan. I like mountain lions. I love cats.
Kind of gangsters.
I got a lot of cats that I love, like house pet cats. So I'm a big cat guy, but I like mountain lions because they're like loners and they're fierce and they like hunt and shit and they're kind of on their own a lot of the time. I don't know. I sort of something cool about a mountain lion.
Yeah. I don't know. Like a gorilla or some shit. I really don't care about animals. Like they could all fuck off.
Yeah, Corin's not an animal guy. He's not an animal. He's got allergies to like cats and dogs and shit.
Facts. Yeah. The giraffes are cool. Oh, some real news could come. I didn't read his shit.
some real news. Thanks for the $5. Name 3 Bernie policies that you disagree with and 3 Trump policies you agree with. Definitely not 3 anymore. I agree with Trump. I'll say First Step Act. I'll say for Trump is his best policy of all. And pardoning Alice Johnson, I'll give him that too. Those are probably the 2 best. AOC looked unconfident in Munich. Imagine Vance or Rubio doing that. I agree that AOC looked not confident in Munich. But I think Vance and Rubio have their own problems where they're like really fucking annoying. So yeah, they have their own problems where like people don't like when they talk. They're just put off by them. You know what I'm saying? So like they have different problems, but I agree that AOC looked not confident. 3 Bernie policies I disagree with. I'm sure I have issues with Bernie. I have some disagreements with Bernie on Israel. I have some disagreements with Bernie on Ukraine, probably. And I might have disagreements with Bernie on like Taiwan, I guess. So yeah, those are the 3 that come to mind off the top of my mind. More, I guess, like foreign policy stuff than domestic policy stuff.
Thanks.
Diego, thanks for the $10. Joe Rogan's recent ball-coddling interview of RFK Jr. was such a propagandist disgrace. In this one, he made the case to RFK Jr. that the ICE protests are fake and then thanked him for his great work. Yeah, it's just embarrassing, bro. I'm actually going to cover that tomorrow. There's a great video from one of the anti-Rogan Sphere channels that covered Rogan's RFK interview and fucking rips it apart. So I'll be covering that tomorrow. To check that out.
He thinks the ICE protests are fake?
Yeah, he's convinced they're like fake and like people are getting paid to be out there, you know? Middlehead Matt, thanks for the $5. This administration radicalized Vosh to a position I've held for years, a mandatory civics exam for all voters. I exempt bachelor's degrees, I guess. Plus, this can't happen again. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. You know, you don't even need to do that. You don't need to make it exclusionary. The way you actually fix it is the opposite end of the spectrum where you do mandatory voting. And they have that in like Australia. They have that in a bunch of places. But I prefer that to like mandatory civics exams. Like make everybody vote. And if you make everybody vote, Republicans wouldn't win an election. They just wouldn't. They can't when everybody votes. Neo Guy, thanks for the $5. If you were president of Mexico, how would you deal with organized crime without U.S. cooperation? Can I get a shout out for my husband, Efren, and 6'7" fan 6 since 2017. Shout out to you. Appreciate you, Neo Guy. So if I was president of Mexico, it's a tough position to be in because you can't really address the problem properly without legalizing, taxing, and regulating drugs, right? Like you just can't do it. But if I have to answer that question, everything as it is, the U.S. not cooperating, I would rather go after the low-level dealers than go after the top guy, because once you create that power vacuum, you create another situation for like a narco civil war like we had after El Chapo was arrested. So like the last thing I would do is what they did, which is go after the top guy. I would arrest the low-level dealers first, just to try to make it hard for them to continue to sell it. But I don't know. There's also like a thing on the demand side. I guess if you legalize tax, I don't know the current situation for weed in Mexico, but legalizing, taxing, and regulating, like you can try to address it on the demand side and the supply side, I guess. But I guess just arresting the low-level dealers is the best you can do, and constant upkeep outside of the U.S. legalizing, taxing, and regulating drugs.
Thanks, Neil.
Full Parodies, thanks for the $10. Belgium is cracking down on Metsitsa Pibe. Look it up on YouTube. Won't allow me to describe it here. And the U.S. ambassador to Belgium chimed in and called the investigation ridiculous and anti-Semitic. Oh, is this the thing where Corin, do you know about this? Where, no. Okay, so there's certain extreme forms of Judaism, like ultra-Orthodox or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics, but where the rabbi literally like cuts the tip off of the baby dick and sucks it off.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, they do like I forget the original name for it, but like the whole idea is
I've heard of that shit.
Yeah, there's a ceremony around circumcision where like they cut the tip off of the dick and then they suck off the tip. And the problem is, I mean, there's a lot of problems, but there's been babies who died because they end up getting like herpes from the rabbi. And like they die, they get sick and die. Yes. So like, and then there's been attempts in some places to like crack down on this practice. And when they go to do it, the rabbis say you're being anti-Semitic by cracking down on this.
Yo, any rabbi who said that shit, I'll just be like, you're under arrest for even questioning that we want to stop this shit. Like anyone who puts up an argument to like keep that going, red flag.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And the other thing is, I'm gonna go a step further, and we've discussed this before, I think, but like, and I'm circumcised, and I know that like, I guess most guys are.
Yeah, I'm circumcised.
But that shit should be banned too, bro. The shit is fucking ridiculous. Like we're chopping off the tips,
better.
Bro. But we're genitally mutilating babies, and then we're pretending.
Yeah, but there's some shit that like I'm like, all right, like because when I see one that's not, I'm like, yeah, I could like. It's like if you had some shit growing on your toe when you're a baby, like cut that shit off. Like
no,
like, don't just leave it because you're just born with that shit. Like.
What are you talking? That's definitely what you should do. Like, hey, he has 10 fingers. What the fuck? Make it 9. Cut off a finger. Fuck this. Like, nah. And also, by the way, rumor is that we experience sex in a less pleasurable way because we're circumcised. Like all day we walk around and the tip of our dick is bouncing around in our fucking boxers, and like you're losing sensation. Whereas with a guy who's uncircumcised, when that tip comes out, bro, it's playtime, and like you're like, oh, that feels amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's like also, and then they lie about so much shit like, oh, it's the right thing to do for like hygiene and sanitation reasons. Like, I'm not a fucking caveman. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'll keep my shit clean. So anyway, I wouldn't have fucking like if I had a choice, I'd go back in time and not do it. I would not do it.
I guess if like no one did it and someone did it.
If that's just what dicks look like, is what they looked like. We're like, it looks like a little fucking anteater snout. Nobody would think twice about it, you know?
Just looks so weird, man. Even like even statues like in like Rome and shit like that, like they're all circumcised, and like it looks like you look at it and you're like, okay, that's what's up. He had a little ass penis, but like like if he had like a little coat on that shit, you'd be like, nah, that needs to get cut off.
But bro, it's not like the dicks that we have now are so good looking. Like they look ridiculous still. They're fucking flesh tubes. You know what I'm saying? Like they're little meat sacks and fucking your ball sacks hanging down and shit. Like there's nothing about a dick that somebody looks at it and they go, that's what I want to see. I mean, I guess there are, but like I've never in my life seen a dick and been like, oh yeah, that's fucking nailing it. You know, like you look
But
at
I've
the
never seen a
female body.
circumcised one, and I'm like, that looks right. Like,
Yeah, circumcised looks bad and uncircumcised. Like they both look bad. They just look bad in different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at a female body and you're like, it does something to me where I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the hips, the ass, the like everything. You just look and you're like, oh, that works. That just works.
Yeah.
You look at it like a dick and you're like, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the normal reaction to dicks. That's the normal reaction to a penis is like,
I guess so.
This shit just looks strange, bro. Like, get that shit out of here. Dicks are imperialist. You know what I'm saying? Like, dicks are imperialist by nature because, like, all they want to do is just squirt everywhere and fucking like dominate everything. Like,
so maybe you're right. If you put a little like jacket on that shit, that like there's a layer before you gotta like do your shit. It's like
it's more civilized, bro.
There's a barrier. Yeah, there's a barrier.
There's a barrier. I'm not, we're not coming out to play until the head pops out. You know what I'm saying?
But they definitely need to cancel those rabbi shits if they're like
OD
extra skin. Or
OD.
Like those dudes need to be locked the fuck up.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Shot guy, thanks for the $5. Who drives you the most insane? Slow Rogan on science, Asmine Kampf on politics, or Ozempic Jones on conspiracies? And who drives you the least insane? I would say it's a great question. Probably Slow Rogan on science because he just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about and he thinks he does. Then Asmongold on politics because he also has no clue what the fuck he's talking about. And Ozempic Jones on conspiracies because sometimes, even though he's stupid, sometimes his conspiracies are funny. So I'll go with that.
Thanks, Shaka.
Cartoon, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on Paramount buying Warner Brothers? This hurts not just CNN but also TV and movie industry as well as HBO. Do you think it could be blocked? Yeah, there's a chance it could be blocked. I know that the California Attorney General is suing, and I really fucking wish him the best. I really hope they can block it. I guess we'll find out together. There's a chance, but I don't know how likely it is. But I think it's horrible. I would much rather have Netflix own it. Paramount is like the worst of the worst. MAGA, billionaire, Zionist, like censorship already. And now they're going to make it. Everything's going to be Fox News now. Every news network is going to be Fox News now. That's what we're going towards. And that is not good for the country. But, it's possible that like TV is going to become so irrelevant as the older generation dies off that like they're going to be talking to basically nobody and everybody's going to be online. I guess we'll see, but like it definitely does damage, man, for sure. Like to have every network be Fox News at a time like this when we need people actually pushing back is fucked up.
Yeah, thanks, Cartoon.
T-Lane, thanks for the $20. I've been mocking the Maha/anti-vax crowd for years, but I've come to realize I'm wrong. Microplastics are in every man's semen regardless of class. I'm concerned knowing it's in the semen of billionaires because that's what children eat. Nice Epstein joke there, fella. That was good. Shout out to T-Lane. Appreciate you.
Thanks, T-Lane.
Denji, thanks for the $5. Would you have Brad Lander on KKF? Also, I'm thinking about volunteering for his congressional run, but never done something like that before. Advice? Yeah, if you're thinking of doing it and you have the time, just hop right in the deep end, bro. Like, that's how shit gets done in life. Like, people don't really think about this or talk about this, but like, the way shit actually gets done in life is somebody's just like, fuck it, I'm actually going to act. And like, acting is always the last thing we do. So it like, there's so much buildup and there's so much procrastination and that like drags it out and makes it more nerve inducing. But shit only gets done when you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. And then you do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you should, if you have the time, then for sure, fucking jump into it. And would I have Brad Lander? Sure. I'd have Brad Lander on Crystal Conference for sure.
Thanks, Dan. Good ass advice.
George Wade, shout out to George Wade. Thanks for the $5. I don't need sunblock. Your wife and daughters may or may not need. #melanin.
Although, no, I spoke to a lot of black guys recently, and they were like, I didn't realize until I got sunburnt that like I could get sunburned. So
yeah, but that's got to be like the Steph Curry black dudes, right?
No, like black. I forgot who said it.
Wesley Snipes is not fucking saying that shit, dog.
Wesley Snipes can get sunburnt, and like that shit still affect him,
bro. Wesley Snipes cannot get fucking sunburned. You do know that, right? You're joking, right?
I feel like he can.
No,
Someone told me that shit. Like who? I'm trying to think who the fuck told me because now I'm bugging out. It might have.
Okay, wait,
George. It might have been Derek. Derek might have said he got sunburned. Your brother, and he said like he didn't realize he could or something like that. It might have not been Derek, but it was somebody that was dark. And I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. And they're like, yeah, I got burnt too, and I didn't realize that shit.
So having more melanin means, you evolved in a place where there was more sun, right?
Yes.
And so you need that in order to block the sun from doing damage to you. So
shit, man.
So if you're in the sun and you have a lot of melanin, you are protected from the rays. Like, that's the whole point, is that the melanin protects you from the rays.
I guess,
so,
but
like,
I feel like
think
you
about
could
it.
still
like think of an Irish person who's never in the fucking sun, who's lily white as a motherfucker. They're in the sun for 7 minutes. They're burnt as shit, right? Somebody who's from closer to the equator, they could be outside all fucking day. They got nothing to worry about.
I mean, like, the shit still gets hot. Like,
it's
you
not the
still
same.
burn.
They have protection, bro. They have protection in a way that we don't. It's just that simple. Like, they have the protection.
Like a superpower, then.
Yes, I mean, it is sort of good, right? Like, I'd like that. When I was a kid, I had the type of skin when I was a kid where I would never burn at all. I would just become very tan. I would just get tan right away. And I don't know why that is. I do have a family that's from like southern Italy, and there's a lot of sun in southern Italy. But after I took Accutane, which got rid of my acne, it almost like changed my skin a little bit, where it gave me the ability to get burned. And so as I got older, I got the ability to get burned in the sun. So I kind of miss that shit, though.
I still think, George, you're wrong. Like, because I'm telling you, I spoke to someone and they got burnt, and it was someone who was dark, and I was like, damn, I didn't realize that shit.
Path of Then, thanks for the $5. Kyle, type in Ivanka visits childhood room. I've seen this. Look at the moment of horror on her face when she sees the bed. Is this the bottom of the Epstein barrel? I've seen this, Path of Then, and I had the same reaction as you did, where I was like, why is she acting like weirdly paralyzed and emotional when she's looking at her childhood? So there's this documentary or something where Ivanka is in her childhood bedroom. And like, she gets her face like tenses up, and she got this like look of horror on her face. And she's like talking about her room, and people speculate that her dad used to do horrible things to her in her bed. And so is it possible? Absolutely fucking possible. Are we at the bottom of the Epstein barrel? Obviously not, because they're still hiding and redacting a whole bunch of fucking shit, including the Katie Johnson interview, which the FBI thought was real enough to interview her 3 times. So they're hiding a lot of shit. The question is, how deep does the rock go? You know?
Yeah.
Jagger, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, what are your thoughts on the 2030 map census? Right now, it's projected that blue states are going to lose 12 electoral votes, with Texas and Florida gains. I don't know. It's a good question. I'm genuinely not sure, because I know that the trends that were happening during COVID have been reversed massively. So, like, everybody was going to Florida, and now everybody's leaving Florida. So I really don't know. It'll be interesting to see which places get bigger and which places don't. I'm sure there's actually going to be some growth in some blue states that people aren't even thinking about right now, you know?
Thanks, Jagger.
John, thanks for the $5. Any strong opinions on the BTC Bitcoin drama or Brian Tyler Cohen? We need funding in left media, but dark money conduits are sus. What separates Chorus from something like Tenet? Yeah, if you're asking about the Chorus thing, I talked about that quite a bit. And we even had, I think, Taylor Lorenz on the show. So my general take on it is, anybody who's in this media space, they really should not take any sort of dark money. I think that's gross. I think that's wrong. I think it's sort of corrupting by its nature. But if they do take it, you at the very least have to disclose it. There's no doubt about that. And overall, I think a lot of the people who are in the Chorus program, they're not like, compared to the right, they're like so much better than the right. And their net impact on the body politic in many instances is not overall negative. But again, you just, in order to have principles and have morals and have values and like tell the truth in the long term, you need to not accept dirty, dark money. Like, it's just not good for you. And so, yeah, that would be my take on it overall. Even though like some of the people in that program, I'm sure I like and I don't have any problem with, but like, you know, you can find a way to make income that's not like I'm taking dark DNC money, because then it's like, okay, well, are you going to stop talking about Gaza? Are you going to stop talking about taxing the billionaires? Are you going to do like a more defanged version of milquetoast liberalism as opposed to leftism? So yeah, while these guys, they're not all the worst in the world, I don't want to like make it seem like they're just as bad as the Republicans. They're not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just not right. Like, you know, people can sniff the bullshit, and if you're taking dark money, it's kind of bullshit, you know?
Fact.
AC Poll, thanks for the $5. I'm seeing reports that 40 soldiers have been killed now and 70 wounded in drone strikes in the UAE. I've seen those too. I was waiting on talking about that publicly because I'm not sure it's verified yet, but I did see those reports as well. I mean, Iran's saying they killed or injured up to 540 Americans. So like, we'll see in time if that's.
What they only reported like 3 or something like that.
Or
right?
They reported 4 as of now, but that number's going to go up. No, I think it's actually already up to 6. It seems like they're slow rolling us. Like they're slowly.
They got them.
You know.
Yeah.
Downfall, thanks for the $10. FIFA has a rule where it must cycle through hosting WC's World Cups in each continent. After Qatar and US, they found a loophole to hold it in Europe, Africa, and South America in 2030, so they can host in Saudi in 34. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, FIFA is so fucking corrupt. It's like, they should pull the World Cup out of the US, but they're not going to do it because they're fucking corrupt. It's embarrassing. Like, this world embarrasses me at this point. Like, everybody looks back at the Olympics that was in Nazi Germany as like a fucking disgrace. And then now we're just repeating that here, you know?
Yeah, totally.
Shock Guy, thanks for the $5. You have to do one: rooftop parkour, motorcycle street racing, or running across a frozen lake. No help if you fall in. Explain why you chose it. I'm going to go street racing, of course. I'll go street racing. I'll drive like normal speed and I'll lose. Simple.
That's a good. I was gonna say the running across the frozen lake, but your fucking explanation is kind of genius. Like, yeah, you could just lose this shit. Like,
Yeah.
and just go out for a nice bike ride.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
That's my fucking scary thing, is running across the lake and falling in and then not being able to find like where you started.
Oh, that's the thing of nightmares, dog. That's the thing of nightmares. Wes, thanks for the $10. Corin, I'm 33 years old and I got stage 4 skin cancer 10 years ago. Holy shit. It spread to my bloodstream and I had to have 196 lymph nodes and a foot of my colon removed. Not a fun time. Be careful, my dude. Damn, Wes.
My bad, Wes. That sucks. Yeah, no.
He's trying to help you out, dog.
I know.
Hey, don't go in that sun, homie.
Yeah. I don't know. Wes, should I be worried about that little fucking mole right there? That shit is new.
So. Go to the dermatologist.
I know. I'll make an appointment.
Cartoon, thanks again. Also reports that if Paramount buys Warner Brothers, they will have a blacklist of actors who are supportive of Palestinians. And thoughts on BAFTA incident. Oh, this shit had me going. Did you see this BAFTA incident, bro?
No.
And by the way, that's just real quick. That's terrifying about the. I didn't hear about this blacklist of on pro-Palestine actors. If they get it, but I could see that, and that's also.
I saw they asked Channing Tatum about this shit when he was in Germany, and they moved on to the next question or something.
Okay, so the BAFTA incident, there was this like award show in the UK, I guess is what it was, and Michael B. Jordan and another black actor whose name is escaping me right now were presenting some award, right? Uh-huh. And there's this like a guy in the audience that has Tourette's, okay? And he ended up, while they were announcing this award or whatever, there was like a brief moment in between their words where they were kind of silent. And then this guy with Tourette's screamed out the N-word hard R. So he's in the crowd. He just says the N-word hard R, hard ER.
Yeah.
And and it was this big scandal because they were, of course, mortified, as they should be. And then BBC didn't edit. They edited out somebody who screamed "Free Palestine" in the award show, but they didn't edit out the Tourette's guy.
That shit in?
Yes, they left that shit in, dog, in full, right? So point number one, let's just get this out of the way right now. That's fucking crazy. They should have fucking censored the fuck out of that shit. And of course, a show should have issued an apology to the actors who had to experience that, right?
Yeah.
That's point number one. Point number two is a lot of people were saying like, hey man, look, he has Tourette's. Like, it's totally and utterly out of his control. Like, it's not his fault. It's not like he wanted to do that shit. He just did that shit. And my initial reaction was like, the shit that Tourette's makes you scream out like curse words and shit is not true. That's like some shit in a Rob Schneider movie from back in the day where they would be like, fucking asshole, suck his dick. Like that's not actually Tourette's. Tourette's is just like, you
gotta learn the words and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so, but then I found out there's this other thing called something with a C. I forget the technical name for it. But like there's a sub version of Tourette's that actually is you screaming out like horrible things, right? And so like that's probably why this dude did it. So I don't think he had the intent to do it, and it definitely is because of his illness. But having said that, just as a decent human being, you sort of got to be like, hey, I'm sorry, like, you know, because it's not even about like, everybody knows it's because of the illness that you did it, but it's more like, hey, the impact that you felt in those moments where you were called fucking racial slurs on national television, like, you got to be like, hey, my bad. I didn't mean to call you N-word hard ER. Like, I fucked up. You know, even though it's not his fault because he's got that illness, like, just because, like, they had to experience that. And that's sort of bullshit that they had to experience that. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, the dude released a statement and he didn't really say, like, I'm sorry they had to go through that. It was more like, hey, this is what living with the illness is like and this and that. And it's like, you could just throw out there, like, hey, my bad, dog. Like, that's it. That's all you got to do, you know?
I just still feel like it's like kids at a young age. Like I don't know the disease or what the fuck is the cause or what happens, but like you still have to get taught that word or like learn that word or some shit. So to like yell that word out, like I feel like there's still some conscious part of your brain that's like making you yell that shit.
Well, see, and that's where, so there's this black girl who has Tourette's and the same sub shit of Tourette's. And what she says is that is not true.
Oh,
that
really?
she even has the tick that has her say N-word hard ER.
Oh, wow.
She has the tick to say other shit that's like other slurs and shit. And so she says like, on no level is it like, this is what I want to say to people and it just slips out because I have Tourette's. It's just like part of what I have. Which, but again, I'm willing to, at first I wasn't willing to accept that shit because I didn't know you could actually scream curse words out Tourette's. I thought that was a myth, but it's not. Yeah. So I'm willing to accept that. But my only addendum to that is like, even so, because of what you know Michael B. Jordan and the other actor felt in that moment, that they have to be mortified by it too. Like he was mortified by it, I'm sure. But like, so are they. They just got called N-word hard ER in front of a million people. Like you just got to be like, hey man, look, my bad. That's it. That's all you got to do. Say, I'm sorry. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, and also like, I don't know, ban that motherfucker. Like kick him out or something.
That's the other thing. Like, so some people were saying they set that dude up because he like warned them, like, just so you know, like,
I got this shit. And they were
like, I got this shit. And they were like, anyway, usher them in and like, go sit down. You're going to fucking partake in this shit, you know?
Oh, like they got to do some type of background check or some shit to know that a dude's coming in with that shit. Like,
and I'm willing to say the people at the BBC who purposely edited out Free Palestine and left in the N-word hard ER, those motherfuckers were racist and they knew what the fuck they were doing. Yeah. That was not a oopsie. That was on purpose, you know?
It's like the same shit. They asked Hillary Clinton, like, why that Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever was at her wedding. And they were like, yeah, she was a +1 of someone that was invited. And they were like, get the fuck out of here. Like, your Secret Service knew every motherfucker that's at a Clinton wedding. So don't give me that. Like, she just happened to be there. Like, any of those big time award shows, they know who's in those audiences.
She was a +1 of somebody else, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, come on, man. Like, fucking joke.
Justin, thanks for the $5. Kyle and Corin, my sleep medicine. Have a fiver, Corin. You're weird, but great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Funny compliment. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Metalhead Matt, thanks again for the $5. If English isn't the U.S. official language, why is it listed as such on Wikipedia? Also, I'm with Hank Green. It's a useful resource that deserves our money. Yeah, Wikipedia is awesome. I love Wikipedia. But to answer
Wikipedia's been asking for dumb long to like
they always ask for money.
Shut down.
Yeah, that's right. They are asking. They have to. But to answer your question, it's just there is no official U.S. language. There's no law that's passed that says this is the official U.S. language. But yes, the de facto official language, because the majority of Americans speak it, is English. But by the same token, I would say the secondary language of the U.S. is Spanish. You know, if we're going to say this is the main one, we should say the secondary one is Spanish because it is like that in this country now, you know?
Facts.
Path of Den, thanks for the $10. To the coward celebrities and musicians who haven't spoken out against this regime, think they won't come after the music you listen to next? You think twerking will be legal under President Miller? That's funny, yeah.
Who's President Miller?
Stephen Miller. He's saying when Stephen Miller wins the fucking White House, which is
that guy was the president.
Possible in theory when they fucking try to steal it, you know?
Yep.
Awesomely curious. Thanks for the $5. Hi, yo, working on the Dem Socialist platform. Hopefully it goes well. Join unions and labor organizations and mutual aid hubs, anti-war organizations. It's small, but impactful. Shout out to you, Awesomely Curious. And also, I will add to that, people have been doing great work getting these anti-war demonstrations like together, like immediately. There were already a bunch of people in New York City, a bunch of people in DC, a bunch of people in Boston that were protesting the war on Iran. So shout out to those people.
That's what's up.
Become Numa, thanks for the $5. Canada complains about annexation by the U.S., but we support their endeavors in Venezuela and Iran. The West is compromised by Israel. We need socialism. We sure do, fella. We sure do. And I like your Charlie Kirk picture. Appreciate you, bro. Shit, now you again. Thanks for the $5. Corin's gone for 2 weeks, and then Iran happened, and the Middle East is a dumpster fire. Coincidence? I think not. Got some splaining to do, bro. Yeah?
My bad. I went over there, said one shit.
Kyle and Corin goes away and the whole world turns to shit. That's how it works, man.
Shit popped off. You know, I'm not saying.
Jason, thanks for the $5. Have you seen pics of Trump's rash on his neck? If he croaks before November, does JD and the cabinet have the juice to continue the chaos? Welcome back, Or. It's a great question. I actually just talked about that in a video I just posted, Trump's neck. And
Oh, he really had some shit on his neck?
oh my God, bro. It is bad. He's got this disgusting red rash. Oh, it looks horrible.
Hickeys at his age?
I don't know. No, definitely not hickeys. It almost looks like shingles to me, or I don't know, some horrible rash. I don't know what they're hiding. He's got some fucking health issue that's horrific that they're hiding from us, right? But yeah, if he croaks before November, do they have the juice to continue? I don't know, bro. I don't think any of these people know what they're doing. I think they're totally lost. They're totally unmoored from reality, from ideology. They're just a mess right now. So I don't know what'll happen. But it can't be worse than what we're seeing now. You know, Trump is just he's so compromised and so stupid and so evil that like he's gotten us in the worst case scenario.
Maybe he's got like staph infection on Air Force One or some shit.
Shocked guy, thanks for the $10. Rate these Kyleisms. I'd rather have a pro Muay Thai fighter kick my sack. I'd rather make snow angels on pavement in 100-degree heat while naked. I'd rather swim in hand sanitizer covered in paper cuts. Those are all great. I'm gonna go with the Muay Thai one first, then I'm gonna go with hand sanitizer second, then I'm gonna go with snow angels in the pavement third. And only because the punchiness of it. The Muay Thai one has such a punchiness to it.
Yeah, and like the visual component of it too, like actually seeing the guy kick you in the sack.
Yeah, love those. Shout out to you, bro. I should hire you to write my Kyleisms. Appreciate you. Chill Palmers, thanks for the $10. The track "The Iron Wall" by Infinity Knives sounds like someone binge watched Secular Talk, then did a bunch of speed and LSD and recorded a rap song. Definitely weird instrumentally, but check it out. The Iron Wall. Okay. Let me see if
Infinity Knives. That sounds like it's going to be some like heavy metal ass shit.
They say it's rap though.
Oh.
They say it's rap, so I guess I'll listen to it later. Dope Intellect, thanks for the $10. Jenk is my goat, but Kyle is my other one. I want the Bernie Dem left to stop fighting and work together like Justice Dems. King Kyle, what are the chances of boots on the ground in Iran? I got it at 100. I don't know, because I would imagine if they actually try to send boots on the ground, there's so much public pressure and so much anger that like they would impeach him if he doesn't get approval for boots on the ground. I actually think that. So I don't know what the chances are. I probably put it closer to like 50%, flip a coin if they're going to try to do boots on the ground. But shout out to you, bro.
Without approval.
I mean, technically they can't do what they already did without approval.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But now there's so much anger and so much pushback, and like there's real problems here that I don't think they have the juice to be able to pull it off. Like there actually will be something's got to give if they go as far as to try to just put boots on the ground. Facts.
And there's more eyes watching it now. They really probably didn't know before.
Yes, this is not going like they thought it would in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Just Zajac, thanks for the $5. My MAGA mom turned on Trump but wouldn't change her vote if given the chance. I'm in the military and she wouldn't vote different to keep me safe. What the fuck? Yeah, man, that's not good. Your mom seems like she's kind of gone mentally if that's where she's at. That's incredibly disturbing if I'm being honest with you. But stay safe, bro, because they're people dropping like flies and being sent into the fucking meat grinder here. So
yeah, thank you for your service.
Yeah, that's crazy. Tess G, thanks for the $20. Kyle, thanks for being awesome. I love you, but I noticed you stopped reporting on the biggest Epstein stories, like no reporting on the FBI removing 3 interviews with Trump. Oh, I did talk about that. Hillary and Bill testifying on or Sasha Riley. Why? So I did cover the first one. I don't remember which video it was, but I definitely talked about that on the show. In fact, I think I did like a big breaking thing on that when it came out. The Hillary and Bill testifying, like it just came out now. Like I saw that Midas Touch just posted both of them. So that might make the next show, depending on how crazy the Iran war stuff is. And the Sasha Riley thing, I'm still planning to do a big segment on that. I just haven't been able to do it yet because they keep hitting me with new crazy shit, like the Iran war, where I'm like, I can't fucking keep up. I can't keep up. So yeah.
I saw a video of Hillary Clinton. I guess like Laura Boebert took a picture of her.
Lauren Boebert, she was like, I'm out this bitch. Fuck you guys. Find me in contempt. I saw that clip too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you're just using that shit so you don't have to keep talking anymore. But because they're fucking recording this shit anyway. So like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Take a picture.
Jeffrey, thanks for the $5. Actually, Bill Shatner's 94 and will be 95 in less than 3 weeks. That's incredible, man. Shout out to Bill Shatner.
Yeah, he's a fucking legend. Going strong.
GC, thanks for the $5. Professor Jang on BP said Trump will use troops on ground for emergency powers to delay elections. Do we even have elections in November? Yeah, I don't know. He's going to try to steal it. There's no doubt about that. Is he going to get away with it? That's a difficult question because, if you try to game it out, I could definitely see him acting. I don't know which legal rationale he's going to try to use, but I could see him acting. But then I could see lawsuits over it, and I could see the courts immediately slapping Trump down. And then it's like, what happens then? Well, in theory, the states run the elections. It's not the federal government. The states run the elections. It's not up to the federal government. And so then I just see the states going forward with it anyway, and him trying other ways to try to rig it. But it's not good. We're going to be in a lot of fucking trouble. There's no doubt about it. The Skeptic Leftist, thanks for the $5. What up, boys? Kyle, my fiance Favi is a huge fan, and today's her birthday. Can she get a shout out? Shout out to Favi. Thank you for watching the show. I appreciate you. And
yeah, happy birthday.
Seems like you got a good dude on your hands if he's sitting here watching KKF. So cherish him, and you better cherish her too, fella. Appreciate you. Dav Sauce, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, I want to ask, since election day for the primaries in Texas tomorrow, do you lean towards Tallarico or Crockett? It's tough, bro. It really is tough. And I've gone back and forth on this so many times. If I'm being honest, I'm just happy I don't live in Texas, so I don't have to actually make the decision. Because the fact of the matter is, as I said earlier, the pluses of Jasmine Crockett, she's a fighter, she's authentic, and she hates Republicans. And the fact that all the Republicans want to run against her and they think like, oh, we could easily beat her, it makes me feel like you fucking idiots don't actually know what you're up against. Like, she actually could mobilize a shitload of support and potentially win. So I hate how arrogant they are against her, right? So I love the fact that she's a fighter. I love the fact that she's authentic and that she's partisan. But the downsides are she's not, phenomenal on policy. She's very standard Democrat on policy. She's been not so great on Israel, not so great on crypto, and a number of different things. But Tallarico, I find him, the issue with Tallarico is I'm biased against his style. He reminds me of like Mayor Pete. He reminds me of like, he talks like Obama, like he tries to copy Obama. It just strikes me as kind of inauthentic. So he irks me in a way, but on policy, he's just better than Jasmine. Like, he's just better, right? Like, he's further to the left. He's more anti-billionaire. I think it's fair to say he's a little to the left even on Israel, although there are questions about the Miriam Adelson money that he took, even though it was for gambling. But I don't know. I actually don't know how I would vote if I was in Texas right now. So if anything, it just makes me sad when I see left-wingers and liberals fighting on the timeline, like the pro-Jasmine and the pro-Tallarico people. And so I just want to be like, hey guys, look, the thing is almost fucking done. Let's get the election over with. And then whoever ends up winning, let's all fucking ride or die for that person. You know what I'm saying?
Fact. Thanks, Dave Sauce.
Ship Chicago, thanks for the $10. Hey, y'all, I'm beyond upset by the Paramount Warner Brothers deal and growing MAGA media takeover. We'll see even more pro-war propaganda plus more conflation of Judaism with Israel. How can the deal be stopped? The California Attorney General is our only hope right now, and he's suing to try to stop it, and I hope that he succeeds. So that's really our best bet. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Ship Chicago.
QC, thanks for the $5. Chris Coon's seat is up in 2026. If a reasonable leftist primary challenger arises, obvious future KKF guest. Yeah, well, I hope somebody takes out that motherfucker. He's such a Republican. It's terrible. Ryan, thanks for the $5. Hope for good results for Nida Alam. APAC is donating under names like Chicago Progressive Partnerships. Can you explain how that's legal? I mean, it is, but it shouldn't be. It's so fraudulent to like, you're the Israel lobby, but you come up with some group called like Elect Women, and then you fucking dump a bunch of money into a primary and don't even mention Israel, but attack the opponent and make up shit about them. Yeah, it's horrible. And this is what APAC has to do now because they can't just run ads about Israel because they know nobody likes Israel anymore. So they're so cooked. So they have to lie and like smear people under different group names. So yeah, everybody vote for Nida Alam. She's the GOAT, and I hope she wins.
Thanks, Ryan.
Pod Angry, thanks for the $20. Welcome back, Corin. It's Penn Taxenstein.
Yo, Penn Tax. What up, homie?
This one's for Kyle. Brother, I fucking love you, man. You were absolutely on fire today. Thank you. And Crystal, what platform do you benefit most from the most monetarily? It's a good question. I would say probably Patreon. If you just go and give $5 a month on Patreon or $7 a month on Patreon. We have 3 tiers. It's like $2, $5, $7. Like I said, everything's always, going to be available on the YouTube channel. So yeah, doing that is probably great. You could also support on Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. That's huge too. But I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you saying that.
Thank you. Thanks for the
Appreciate
love.
Very, very kind of you. Damn, this is a very kind, generous donation from Soul. I want to correct you on your preference on TV shows over movies. Since antiquity, movies are the purest form of entertainment. I agree with movies 99.875% of the time. If they call me a cuck and start glucking, I'll respond by saying, "What is your problem?" He's referencing all of the when I destroyed Michael Knowles in that debate. That's all from that debate.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. And thank you for the $50.
Yeah, thanks. Nice. Appreciate that.
Tess, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I noticed that you do some of your reporting from X Twitter posts, but are you on Threads? It has interesting liberal stories that I don't see on other social media apps that you could use. I am not on Threads, but I am on Blue Sky. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Blue Sky. Those are the two social media that I use the most. Yeah, and that's where I spend most of the times. I haven't opened up a Threads, but
Threads is through Instagram, right?
I thought Threads is through like Facebook, through Meta, right?
Oh, it could be. I think like Instagram, Meta, Threads is all.
Oh, it's all the same Instagram.
Yeah,
okay.
Same shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because I know on Instagram it always says like start a Threads. I've never done it yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Ooh, sorry.
Bless you. Operation Epstein Furry. Thanks for the $5. Moga, a scale from Mamdani, obliterates geriatric again to make oligarchs guillotined already for handling the billionaires, fascists, and warmongers. So that's the new hashtag. Instead of MAGA or Maha, it's Moga. A scale from Mamdani obliterates geriatric again to make oligarchs guillotined already for handling billionaires, fascists, and warmongers. I wish that guy could run for president, man. I wish Zoran could run for president. That would be amazing.
Yeah,
but he's not born here. He wasn't born here. Oh, that's such a shame. Peppy, thanks for the $20. Do you think many Democrats are also blackmailed, and that's why they often align either Trump, even why it doesn't otherwise make sense? No, to answer your question, no. I don't think there's that many. I mean, Bill Clinton is probably blackmailed. I think he's probably blackmailed. But outside of him, no, I don't think a lot of these Democratic senators or congresspeople who are like diet MAGA. No, I think it's ideology. I think it's corruption in the sense that the Israel lobby pays them, so they represent the Israel lobby's interests, right? I think that's part of it. And I think it's ideology. I think they're really old, a lot of these people, and they just don't see politics in the way that I do, in the way that you do. They're like old school politicians where they try to split the difference with the right and negotiate and do bipartisanship. And when the right goes full fascist, they go, okay, I guess I'll be half fascist. So that's what I think it is. I think they have in their heads that like, oh, you can't just come out against a war completely. Like, obviously you have to say it's about the process, you know? So I just think they're just dinosaurs, but a lot of them are going to be replaced. You know, there's a lot of good ones rising up now, and I think they're going to win. I think it's our time now. You know,
are Bill and Hillary? They're doing these hearings on their own, like they basically turn themselves in to answer these questions. Or
no, they were subpoenaed. They were subpoenaed by Congress, and so they kind of had to go in.
Oh, okay, got it.
Chicken Warrior, thanks for the $5. It's crazy. Yesterday, my mom said we have to go to war with Iran to protect Israel because that's God's country. I almost pulled my hair out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I would not talk politics with your mom after that, like probably ever, unless you want to drive yourself fucking crazy. So, Anthony, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, I watched The Professor that I recommended to you on Breaking Points today. Also, are there any left-wing Iran groups we can support? Any left-wing Iran groups? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, are you talking about specifically anti-war Iran groups? I see a lot of great organizations like doing the protests, but I haven't seen ones that are specifically Iran focused. So not sure, but shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you. Chicken Warrior again. Thanks for the $5. Do you have any thoughts on what the references to jerky are in the Epstein files? Also, I'm really starting to believe now that Epstein could be alive. It's possible. It's certainly possible. Jerky, I don't know. I feel like it's cannibalism when they talk about jerky. I think they're talking about cannibalism, like eating people. That's my guess. That's my best guess.
That's wild. Or they're big Buc-ee's fans and they just really like the beef jerky. I went to Buc-ee's. They got mad beef jerky in that bitch.
McGuire, thanks for the $5. Kyle, do you think Trump invaded Venezuela to take the oil because he knew if he bombed Iran, oil prices would go up? I do actually think that's linked. But after he did it, somebody briefed him like, hey, man, it's going to take like years before you can get Iran's oil really pumping, bro. Like, they don't have the infrastructure to take out the number of barrels that they need. And so now, like, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place because you're not going to get the Iran oil in time, but the Strait of Hormuz is shut, right? So they're in a bad spot. But yeah, I do think that had something to do with it, for sure. For sure. Keith Black, thanks for the $5. So what do you think our odds of catching up to China are now? LOL. 0. I think it's the Chinese century and we're just living in it. I think that's what's about to happen. Yeah.
We're fucked.
J-Ro, thanks for the $10. I'm curious about your take on Taiwan if China invades. I think we should use the Ukraine model, but I know you're critical of the way we're arming Ukraine. No, I think that the issue of Ukraine, I feel like is complicated, and the issue of Taiwan, I feel like is complicated because genuinely and sincerely, I believe the left-wing position is that Ukraine should still be independent and not dominated by Russia. And I think Taiwan, even though historically it was part of China, the history there gets a little complex and murky. And now very clearly they're their own thing and they want to be their own thing. And so even though the genesis of that was it was very right-wing, it was very fascist in its genesis, it's also very democratic now and it wants to be independent. And so I think the left-wing position is that Taiwan should have their independence and their sovereignty if they want it, or at the very least their semi-independence and their semi-sovereignty, right? So it is correct. I want Ukraine to be independent. I want Taiwan, if they want to be independent. I believe that to my core. But the question is, what are we really willing to do to protect that, right? Like, are we willing to go to war with Russia to protect Ukraine's sovereignty? It's a tough pitch to make to some kid from Mississippi who's going to have to go fight and potentially die in that war. By the same token, it's the same thing for Taiwan. Like, I think they should. I think they have a right to be independent if they want to be independent. I'm okay with backing them in that endeavor. But at the same time, are American kids going to go fight and die for Taiwan? I mean, again, it seems like a big ask. It seems like, people just wouldn't want to sign up for that, right?
Yeah.
So our policy is this thing called strategic ambiguity, which is the idea like we're not going to say that we'd go to war for Taiwan or wouldn't go to war for Taiwan. But all I'm saying is I'm not ruling that bitch out. That's the approach. It's called strategic ambiguity. So like China, you want to go and try to take Taiwan? Go ahead and do that. But maybe not. You get fucked up too, dog. Like that's the approach. And so like, I kind of agree with the strategic ambiguity thing. I kind of agree with it. And on the Ukraine thing, I totally agree. Certainly with the first rounds of weapons that were sent to Ukraine, I totally agreed with that because you got to give them a fighting chance against Russia who's just trying to steal the whole motherfucking country, right? And I don't want to go fight and die there. I don't want Americans to go fight and die there. But if Ukrainians are saying, hey, we want to fight Russia, hook us up with some weapons, I get it, right? So I'm cool with sending them weapons. But ultimately, I think the only way out of all these situations is diplomacy. And then the question is, what's the best answer of the diplomacy? And there's only messy and bad answers when it comes to trying to navigate those sorts of situations. So anyway, that's my general breakdown on it. So I don't typically go completely with what's viewed as the left-wing line on this, where some people go so far to the left that they're like, well, Ukraine should just be Russia's. And they say, well, Taiwan should just be China's because it kind of is China's in theory. So I don't go all the way that far, but that's my breakdown of it. Appreciate you.
Here you go, Jaro.
Southeast, thanks for the $10. You genuinely see an FDR-style Dem rising? Saw news that centrists are working overtime to prevent the next Bernie 2028. Bernie's 5% billionaire tax is goated. Totally agree. And yeah, I do. I think that's where the party's at, bro. They're trying to do anything and everything they can to stop Plattner in Maine, and they can't. He just keeps getting better and better and keeps rising and rising in the polls. So there's going to be somebody who is probably going to be the nominee who's goated in 2028, whether it's Ro Khanna or Graham Plattner or somebody else. Like, somebody's going to rise through the ranks, bro, and do it because that's where the energy is. The base is furious. Now, if you try to do the whole like, oh, look at me, I'm a centrist, I'm above the fray, everybody's going to fucking boo you out of the room. So you got to go left. It's just a fact at this point.
Yep.
Wergenman, thanks for the $20. Greek word called agape. It means to selflessly put someone else first. It's kind of like in a conversation, you force yourself to bear with trying to be as sensitive as possible, even though it drains your social battery. Interesting. So shout out to agape. Interesting term there. Appreciate you.
Like having a conversation with a MAGA supporter.
Ben Taxenstein, our boy. Damn, thanks again for the $50, man. Appreciate you. It's time for the Kyle and Nate from Valhalla VFT discussion to happen. It's in the chats, and he mentions you all the time. Also, this just in, Bill Burr to headline in Israel bunkers and opening night of the Epstein Ballroom. Love you, man. Love you too, bro. Nate from Valhalla. I mean, let me type that.
What's VFT discussion?
I'm not sure. Nate from Valhalla. Yeah, I'm not sure. VFT.
I feel like Bill Burr would do that shit and justify it.
Oh, you know what's funny? This is the guy that they gave Plattner a bunch of shit for doing his show. But like, it's kind of stupid that they did give him shit because they just talked about like, people getting shot in the face and killed by ICE. And they tried to act like this guy's, a bad guy and he's right wing and he's anti-Semitic and he's a conspiracy theorist. So I don't know. It's crazy that this guy, that Penn Taxentine is mentioning this guy when I just learned about this guy the other day because of the scandal with Plattner. But anyway, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot.
Chicken Warrior, thanks for the $5. When E supposedly died, They wheeled out a cart with a bunch of boxes and tried to pretend like that wasn't him. Who's running the operation if he's dead? The scary thing is there's obviously not just one Jeffrey Epstein. There's probably like hundreds of them that are running the operation for like a bunch of different countries, right? So, I don't know. Obviously, this type of person is probably in the shadows, like we don't know who they are right now, and they make a point of us not knowing who they are. But look,
definitely other minions who was like running his show
for sure. Also, I think he's dead, but there's a chance he's alive. But yeah, there's definitely other people running honeypot blackmail operations and running like child trafficking rings. Like child trafficking exists. It exists in the world. There's somebody who's running that and operating that. You know what I'm saying? And like now we learned they almost always are getting trafficked to the Epstein class, to the top 1%,
Fuck.
Dav Sauce, thanks for the $5. I also want to correct you on something you repeated. Trump's dad actually died at 93. He was 86 when he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Okay, well, shout out to you, man. I did not know that. I thought he died at 86. But damn, 93? Fuck. I don't want to have to deal with Trump until he's 93. That's fucking crazy, bro. I can't do that shit. That's crazy.
He's going before that.
Mr. Slugger, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, 100% agree with your take today on Al Gore being a better choice in 2000. I was always a big fan of him, and the world would have been such a better place with him as president. # Gore 2028. Mr. Slugger, it drives me crazy when people do the false equivalent stuff, because that's a thought experiment I've run a million times. If from the year 2000 and on, every election was won by the Democrat, we would live in heaven right now. There would have been no Iraq war. There probably would have been no Afghanistan war. There maybe wouldn't have been a 9/11, because there were warnings before that Bush had ignored. There wouldn't have been Abu Ghraib. There wouldn't have been Guantanamo Bay. There wouldn't have been the torture scandal. We would have gotten out of the subprime mortgage crisis much better. You maybe wouldn't have had Obama, but if you had nothing but Democratic politicians, I mean, it'd just be a different world. We probably would have something like universal health care,
Thanks, Mr. Slugger.
Chicken Warrior, thanks again. My mom also uncritically believed in the Zoran Mamdani dog lie. You were right in one of your segments. Magna needs to grow up. The immaturity is staggering. Yeah, I know, bro.
I don't know how anybody believes some of those fucking crazy lies.
Bro, they said that Muslims are coming to ban dogs in New York City as pets. Like, who the fuck? The fact you even thought that was true for a split second is just embarrassing,
Yeah. And I mean, Chicken Moore, I don't know where you live, but like your mom's probably never been to New York and just seen how many dogs are out fucking chilling and loved by people. Like,
and that was the joke, by the way, is that like when it snowed, the dog shit was everywhere all over New York City. And so it's like some Muslim girl was like, damn, this is sort of like super unclean. Like, we don't like this. And they're like, oh, she wants to ban dogs. And she's like, what? And also, she's got nothing to do with Zoran. She's just some random Muslim woman who said it. Anyway, CK Progressive, thank you. Kyle, have you seen the pic of your doppelganger in Orlando, Florida, who got arrested for a $320 million crypto Ponzi scheme? He looks just like you with fatter. Hold on. We're getting to the bottom of this right now. Let me see. 328 million Ponzi scheme, Florida. Let's see what comes up. If this guy's ugly as fuck, man, I'm a fucking.
I don't even see any picture. You see a picture?
Oh, are you kidding me, bro? It's just because he's got blonde hair and the same like facial hair as me. Is that what you're talking about? This guy right here?
I can't even find a picture.
Here, I'm gonna send this to you.
I have my phone on airplane mode. What did you Google?
All right.
I typed 328 million crypto scam Orlando.
I went to Google Images and I typed in 328 million Ponzi scheme Florida. And there's some guy who's got like bleach blonde hair like me, wearing sunglasses, and has like facial hair that kind of looks like mine. And yeah. It's funny that you think he looks like me though, because he's also, I think he's Hispanic, right? I think this guy looks Hispanic to me.
Oh, is this? No, what the fuck?
It's just the blonde hair and the facial hair, I think, is why they're.
Yeah, he looks like Hispanic, this guy.
Yeah. Funny,
they're bugging.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you, CK. You gave me a good laugh. Jagger, thanks for the $20. Hockey has a lot of blue-collar white men as fans, and that demographic votes Republican. The New Jersey governor got booed badly during a ceremony celebrating Team USA with Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils. The vibe shift is mixed. Well, I mean, I guess
like a lot of their demographic.
Yeah, but
like,
you know what? Based off what you guys are telling me, though, this particular demographic is like, it's like going to NASCAR at this point,
Yeah.
Which, like, NASCAR is always going to be Republican. It doesn't matter if we're if we're nuking somebody, like, they're going to be like that. So, yeah, I mean, maybe, I guess hockey has become even more conservative over the years,
Yeah. No, it's a good point, Jagger. Thanks, bro.
JJ saying, thanks for the $5. I was thinking maybe having the USSR around was good to hold U.S. aggression. The U.S. has shown how reckless they are. Hopefully China steps up soon. I think they are stepping up. They literally backed Iran and said we support them in their defensive war here. And yeah, there's no doubt about it. The USSR had to force the U.S. to be better on a lot of fronts and made it so that we couldn't go full hellscape, laissez-faire capitalist. We had to do the New Deal. We had to support people a little bit with social safety nets and decent wages and like union jobs and shit. And now without the USSR, it's literally a race to the bottom where the Epstein class rules everything and people are struggling,
Thanks, JJ.
Will Davis, thanks for the $10. Did you see the study that found AI fails at 96% of jobs? Cold Fusion made a video about it. Considering the strain on natural resources and ethical concerns, I'm starting to think we should ban AI. From your lips to God's ears, brothers. At the very least, moratorium. Like, make it so that there's no advancement in AI. Freeze it where it is right now and build no more data centers. That I can see. But yeah, anything like continuing to go forward from here seems like suicide to me. Absolute suicide. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah, the internet is a fucking mess. I'm like, I don't know what to believe, what not to believe. And I can't even imagine what's going to happen when this shit gets better.
Jim George, thanks for the $5. Watching from Canada, Brady. I don't even know how to say his name. How do you say that? Kachuk or Tukchuk? It's the tennis player. I mean, not tennis. I'm sorry, hockey player.
Hockey. Yeah, Kachuk.
Yeah. Kachuk. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Brady Kachuk is the captain of my team. His brother is MAGA. Brady is just dumb. Very good player though. Fuck Trump. Go Senators.
They're all MAGA. They're all those fucking guys.
Yeah, I saw David Dole, my Canadian boy, my Canadian friend was pissed about this guy.
Yeah,
going to
the White House. Even the guy on the Tampa Bay Lightning who didn't go, he went in 2017 or whenever they won the Stanley Cup to the White House for Trump. So like,
yeah, but 2017 was a different time. It's more excusable in 2017 than it is now.
Yeah, I guess. But like, fuck all those guys for going, man, and laughing at the women when he made that joke and shit.
Oh yeah, I agree with that too. That thing about the women was disgusting. Like, you have the U.S. women's team wins the fucking gold and they get like made fun of.
Yeah, they won it 3 days before too. They didn't get a call when they fucking won the shit.
Unbelievable. Kayla Husband, thanks for the $5. Isn't it terrifying that we've normalized bombing water treatment plants? I'm about to graduate in environmental engineering. Also, husband is my last name. LOL. Oh, shout out to you, Kayla Husband. Yeah, and hospitals are being bombed now. Schools are being bombed now. It's just like the world fell apart. Like, there is no law. It literally is the law of the jungle, and might makes right. It's absolutely fucking terrifying. It's terrifying what this country has become. And I don't know how many people fully have wrapped their minds around just how far we've fallen, but we're a joke. We're a joke. We're a joke, and we're fascist, and we're imperialist, and we're in hell,
I feel like you could have a lot of fun with your wedding hashtags, though, if that was your husband's last name that you took.
Pentaxenstein, thanks again for the $20. Kyle, what's the best platform to show you monetary support? Not breaking your nuts, but you got to fix the whole wobbly camera. Send me the bill. My wife, Lauren, upon seeing Crystal, that's Kyle's wife. She's so pretty. Yes, she is. I'm a very, very lucky man. When you say the camera shake, you mean in this seat, right? Like this. Okay. Yeah, that's literally just because of this. I'm on like an old desk, and if I press on it, that's what happens. So it's just the desk. It's the desk more than anything. But I don't think it does. I don't think it shakes in Virginia. It just shakes here, and when I lean against the desk. So I'll try not to do that, bro. But appreciate you. McGuire, thanks for the $10. I was working on 6th Street Saturday night, a few blocks from the shooting. I was actually invited to go to Buford's, but ended up going home instead. My heart breaks for the people directly impacted. God damn. So you could have been there when this happened.
Killed?
I saw there was at least like 14 or 20 people who were shot. I don't know how many died though.
Oof.
Yeah,
that's bad. Yeah.
But man,
we were out there. We were around that, like 6th Street. When we were down in Texas.
Shout out to you, man. It's terrifying that you could have been there. That's one of those things that sticks with you. Operation Epstein Furry, thanks for the $5. YouTube censoring SC's hard. Something I can post in a Reddit secular talk post shows Google AI saying you two are married. Corin is she, her, and also co-host of KKF.
They're correct. You're right. You're absolutely right. Operation Epstein Furry.
That's funny. I'm saying we've all had experiences with AI where you type it in and you're like, this thing is so stupid, like, how is this thing allowed? Like, this thing is so dumb,
Oh,
hold on, let me blow my nose here real quick. You want to read this one?
Yeah. Brandon Life Stories. Streamer Hutch, who recently said he voted for Jeffrey Epstein over Hassan Piker, warned his podcast host that you're anti-Mitzvah
And
today.
I think he's saying the streamer Hutch who recently
today. Did you hear him?
The streamer Hutch who recently said he would vote for Jeffrey Epstein over Hassan Piker warned his podcast host about your anti-Semitism today. Did you hurt him? I don't know. That guy's got issues, man. That guy's got issues. I mean, how many times can he humiliate himself while talking about Hassan Piker and just like look like a total fucking joke? So he can say whatever he wants about me. Honestly, at this point, it's a badge of honor if he says negative things about me.
Thanks, Brandon.
Alejandro, thanks for the $100. Hi, Kyle and Corin. Love your show. Kyle, I wish you didn't overstate Claudia Scheinbaum because the situation in Mexico is complicated, but hey, can't agree on everything. Keep up the good work. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Morena. I'm a big fan of AMLO and Claudia Scheinbaum, but you know, I'm not familiar with all of what they've done. But shout out to you, appreciate you.
Yeah, stay safe out in Mexico.
QC, thanks for the $5. Why not do ads for non-political, non-large companies like Majority Report does for Just Coffee? If you did dick pill ads, no one would call you a sellout. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Going from I'm the anti fucking advertising guy to like here's some dick pills. That's a pretty big fall from grace.
I respect it, man.
No, I think it's we do fine. You know, we make decent money. We're fine. And like, why would I sell out my integrity to get some extra money that I don't need? Like, why would I do that? And so it's all about, you need to know that when you're hearing me talk, it is 100% my opinion. You need to know it's not being influenced by fucking anything or anybody. That is just the straight dope. And so that's why I do it, because people need something to believe in. They need something that's real and pure and not like, there's no puppet strings in this bitch. I'm the only one. It's coming straight from here. That's it. And so that's why I do it. You know, because
that's super commendable, dude.
How you keep it pure. You got to keep it pure because nobody else is pure. You got to keep it pure. You know,
it's crazy because a lot of other people see that shit and they're like, "Oh, I'll do coffee, fucking reads for whatever," and then that's how it starts.
No, so, if I like something, I'll just tell you I like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I like something, I told you guys I like these shits. These are like 0 pouches, cinnamon flavored 0 pouches. Like I love these shits, but I'm not. You know, they don't pay me. I wouldn't take any money from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They want to send him a fucking case of that shit. Go for it.
Kali, thanks for the $5. Worried for Tennessee this midterm. We had the lowest voter turnout in the entire union during the 2022 midterms, just 31.34% from Think Tennessee. Interesting. I don't know. I guess there could be outliers and there could be some states where the turnout is low and it doesn't go as well for Democrats. That's definitely possible. But honestly, the only thing I'm worried about is the election being free and fair. Outside of that, I don't think we have to worry about who's going to win and how much they're going to show up. You're going to have people come out to vote who wouldn't even consider it before based on everything they're seeing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this country is radicalized in the best possible sense of the word.
Thanks, Kali.
Carlton, thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle, even though you call for the impeachment and or 25th Amendment of Trump, what are the chances of that even happening between now and 2028? It depends. I would say 25th Amendment I feel like is less likely, unfortunately. But I think there's a somewhat decent chance of impeachment, especially with how unhinged he's acting and how insane he is. He could cross some fucking line that even makes the Republicans be like, come on, man, we gotta not do this. So, I don't know. I'd put it at a solid 30-40% chance of another round of impeachment. But now, impeachment and conviction and removal is lower. That's like a 10 to 20% chance.
Is there like a 3 knockdown rule or some shit? Like if you get impeached a certain amount of time, it's a rapskis?
There should be. Three strikes and you're out. Yeah, this would be his third impeachment. It's true.
Oh.
Tony D, thanks for the $5. Kyle, please have trans journalist Erin Reed on KKF to talk about the war on trans rights. She reports on this beat every day. I think I used one of her things. Was it her thing? About Kansas the other day. But yeah, I'd love to have her on. And I think I've used her stuff multiple times, actually. But shout out to you, Tony. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Tony.
Jenna, thanks for the $5. My life needs a Kulinski Piker ticket at some point in the near future. Corin will be chief of staff. Fucking A. Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy. Me and Hassan running for
that'd be a good ticket
together. It'd be insane because like the shit they would dig up about our pasts, you know, like him being like a douchey frat bro type guy, me being like a total asshole and fucking, you know, I'm sure they could dig up all sorts of fucking college hookups or whatever, you know? And so
It'd be like, where are you getting all this information? It'd be like, your chief of staff is literally saying it in every press conference.
Yeah, but they would crank up the smear machine for that one for sure, you know. Hans, thanks for the $5. Kyle, you should check out the Behind the Bastards podcast series on Epstein. They did a great job separating fact from fiction. They're also leftist. Yeah, I could do that. I also saw that there's some like bullshit AI podcast on Epstein that Crystal had to watch or listen to, and she was like, it's really weird because like the podcast they do a decent job even though it's AI, and that made her feel really weird, you know.
Oh, the podcast was AI?
Yeah, she listened to a whole AI generated podcast about Epstein, and she was like, it wasn't actually that bad. And that's disturbing. Yeah, that's scary. You know, anyone who thinks Massey is good is a fool. I love that he fucks with Trump, but he's evil, just not as evil as Trump. That's right. I agree with you, Handel, and thank you for the $5, man. Hanlon, thanks for the $10. Great coverage of the Epstein war, fellas. You guys got any opinions on Wendy Williams' dementia and absence from the airwaves? I wondered if it was Diddy related. Yeah, I don't know. Was there? She's
weird.
I feel like there was a documentary about her and her dementia, but I don't think I watched it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't followed up closely enough, but you're piquing my interest a little bit here. Is there something fishy going on with it? Because
I don't know. She's also on that level where it's like, I don't give a fuck about Wendy Williams. Like, she could be weird and crazy.
She had a big ass show though, man. Like, she had a really big show. I know a lot of people,
but not like Oprah-esque.
No, it wasn't Oprah-esque, but like nobody was Oprah-esque. Oprah was like God for a while, you know. But Wendy Williams' show was like a big ass show. It was huge.
Yeah, that's true.
I had a lot of coworkers who watched that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the dealership, so many of my coworkers love Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
RM Punk, thanks for the $10. Trying to be hopeful. People turn on Trump, but I'm from Iowa, and Iowa, where it was a purple state until Trump, and it concerns me that all of the 2 times Obama voters that went MAGA, I still know aren't seeing the light. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, bro. But especially because there's been like economic impacts for Iowa that have been pretty fucking bad. Like, he's killing the farmers, you know? So, I mean, once in a cult, a lot of them are just going to stay in that motherfucking cult, you know? And that, I think that's the problem, is that he'll never go below 25%. But at least it's going, as far as like turning against him, it's happening faster than I could have thought. So there's that. There is the upside of it, that it's happening, even though sometimes it feels like it's going too slow, you know?
The funniest, I mean, not funny, but I guess funniest, they're like the MAGA stories of people who were like ride or die Trump, and then they like got deported or something because like, you know, ICE or some shit. And it's like, what the fuck did you expect?
Bro, I've had to bite my tongue on some of those stories where they go after the immigrant who created like a Trump burger place, and then he gets deported, or like a Cuban person who's been here forever who gets deported. And I look at it and I'm like, you're the only ones that I don't feel bad for.
Yeah.
Anybody else who gets deported, I'm like, fuck, this is fucking bullshit. If they get deported, I'm like, yeah, what are you gonna do, bro? Exactly. What are you gonna do? You know? Slayer, thanks for the $5. Can John Fetterman just be honest with everyone and switch from a Democrat to Republican already? Amen, man. Fucking man. This motherfucker, man. It's like he keeps going more Republican every day. So he might at some point. He's definitely not going to be able to run and win as a Democrat. There's no choice, no chance for that. Brent, thanks for the $5. Talarico or Crockett, if you had to pick March Madness winner today, what team/school are you picking? So I answered the Talarico Crockett thing earlier. Long story short, I'm still really fucking torn on it. But I'm very curious to see who wins. Like, I'll be watching that one like a hawk. And March Madness, I have no idea. Corin's a better one to ask for that.
I think either like if like right now, I would say either like a Duke or UConn. I think they're both super experienced and have good coaching that they can make a good run.
Dude called Jeffrey Epstein ran for mayor in Framingham, Massachusetts last year. Came in second. Also, fuck Seth Moulton. Markey is ancient, but still a better pick. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on Moulton, and I agree with you on Markey, and LOL to the Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, it sucks when you have that. I think someone had the name like Jerry Sandusky once or some shit after all the Jerry Sandusky shit broke out, and I was just like, it's so unfortunate for you to live life with that name.
It's just, there's so many names that you just kind of have to change, right? Yeah. Like, if your first name is like Dick, like, all right, come on, man, you got to go by Richard, go by Rich, don't go by Dick. That's just not going to work these days, you know? Nope. So That's just one example, but there's plenty of names that just you got to change. Chicken Warrior, thanks for the $5. Did you see the Steve Bannon interview with Epstein? If so, what are your thoughts? So the whole point of that was trying to like rehab his image. And so you'll notice Steve Bannon keeps saying throughout the thing, like, you're the smartest guy in the room. Like, you're brilliant. You're this, you're that. The whole point of that interview was Steve Bannon helping to change the image of Jeffrey Epstein by like insinuating like, oh, he's brilliant. He's a mastermind. That's how he got all this money. And Jeffrey Epstein like giving the secrets of the world. It was all PR shit. It was all PR because they're trying to cover up for the child sex trafficking ring. And a lot of people fell for it and thought like, oh yeah, he's really brilliant. Like, no, he's not. He's a fucking child rapist, you know?
Oh, the fucking Bill Gates shit has got me tripped up because it's like the fact that like he was still talking to him after he was like convicted of shit is like,
bro, they all knew. All these elites knew, bro. Yeah. Like they were all in on the child sex trafficking, you know?
Oh.
Operation Epstein Furry, thank you again. How long till C has camera and sound effects and K runs over a bucket? Did you see Melania is heading a UN South Carolina, SC meeting on kids? A UN Security Council meeting on kids, tech, and education and conflict. I saw she was doing something at the UN. Fucking totally unacceptable that she's there. Like, this is some Make-A-Wish kid ass shit at this point. And how long until C has camera? Corin has camera and sound effects?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's funny you bring up sound effects. My editor's been doing more sound effects for the show, and it's actually hilarious. I kind of like it. I want some more sound effects, actually. Carlos, thanks for the $5. Would you support a Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna ticket for the White House? If Ro Khanna's at the top of the ticket, or for the White House. If Ro Khanna's at the top of the ticket, yes. If Thomas Massie's at the top, no. That's my breakdown. Chicken Warrior, thanks again. Also, have you seen the connections that Epstein dating back to even childhood might have had with Bill Barr, who happened to be a attorney general when he died? Yes, Bill Barr he's the one that they speculated really like carried out the murder of Epstein in prison because he was attorney general. And there was some evidence to that effect too in the files that came out. So yeah, no, for sure. And like his dad gave Epstein his first job. There's a bunch of weird stuff about Barr and Epstein. Forrest, thanks for the $10. Hey Kyle, Trump's $1.5 trillion military budget is cost of matching the UN military once we pull out. It would work. It wouldn't work, of course, but Trump thinks in terms of dollars, not logistics. Food for thought. Yeah, it's just psychotic either way, man. It's just so crazy that he wants to do that. We got this country's falling apart and he's wasting more money on an organization that can't account for 63% of its money. It's crazy. Handle, thanks again, man. Massey spent over a decade crying about the SAVE Act just to vote for it. He cried it would be used to track people. He's racist scum. Yeah, man. Can't trust the Republicans. Even the good ones are going to disappoint you like 70% of the time. Pentaxtine, thanks again, man. Coming through big tonight. Nate, Valhalla, VFT. We are a socialist oligarchy, all the pain of socialism with none of the benefits. FYI, created the $8 million of yacht furniture for Ellison's yacht. Browse Polaro custom furniture. Disgusting amount of wealth. Huh. Interesting. I got to look more into this Nate guy that you keep mentioning here.
Thanks, bro.
I pulled him up, and I'll definitely take more of a look this week. Justin, thanks for the $5. Hey guys, Dana White is going to announce the UFC White House fights this week. As tone deaf as that is, unreal that that's actually a thing. And I've also read that they're going to fix it. That Trump doesn't want any of the Americans losing, so they're going to fix the fight so the Americans win fighting foreign players.
Oh, I didn't even
everything's a joke now.
Yeah.
Everything's a fucking joke now. Nothing's real. Everything's a joke. It's horrible.
What UFC is going down the drain, man. There's going to be other shit that props up soon, and hopefully Dana White fucking loses all of his money. Fuck that guy.
AJ Gonzalez, thanks for the $20. Not sure if you've covered it yet because I'm late to the pod, but wanted to get Kyle's thoughts on the shooting on 6th Street in Austin. The right is crime because the killer was Muslim, but it screams false flag considering the timing. Yeah, AJ, so we did talk about that a little bit, and I also brought it up in my first segment today that I did for the show. But yeah, my reaction is the same as yours. When I heard he had a Quran in the car and he was wearing a shirt that said property of Allah, I was like, okay, like that screams CIA, Mossad, op type shit for sure. So that's what I think is likely. Is it possible that it was actual blowback for attacking Iran? It's possible. But, my default assumption is weary, planned, fucking intelligent shit until proven otherwise because it's just too straightforward. And by the way, I love how it backfired because, like, nobody looked at that and then suddenly was like, no, I support war with Iran. Everybody was like, no, this is still fucking stupid. So it didn't work, whatever they were trying to do, you know?
Thanks, AJ.
Worgenman, thanks for the $20. In the Quran, there are these letters at the beginning of chapters, wherein the chapter follows the vibe of the letter. For instance, the R letter has rip, rend, raw, strength, struggle, horrible, terror. It fits the feeling. All right, well, thank you, bro, for the $20. It's very kind of you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Become Numa, thanks for the $5. Marx and Engels predicted the Epstein class and the current state of the world under capitalism. Lenin outlines the solutions to these problems. Yeah, they're starting to look pretty fucking genius, aren't they? They're starting to look pretty fucking genius. When you watch what's happening in this world today, you're going, holy shit. They had this shit. They one-shotted this whole fucking system. They one-shotted capitalism, you know?
Thanks, bro.
V-Man, thank you for the $5. FDR had all 4 of his sons serve in World War II and all in active combat zones. So when is Trump going to send Barron to fight? Or are those bone spurs genetic? Bro, everybody's saying it. I agree. Send Barron. Send Barron. If you're going to send people to fight and die, Americans to fight and die in this stupid fucking war, Barron should be on the motherfucking front lines. As should Lindsey Graham. You pick up a gun too. Randy Fine, get your fat ass over there and grab a gun, bro. Because
Don Jr. likes to pick up guns. Go over there and fight, you fuck.
Yeah, you fucking cokehead bitch. Go do it. Fuck you. The world of Pippi. Thanks for the $10. Kyle awoke my leftist side while growing up in a homeschooled right-wing Christian household in deep red East Texas. Found Kyle in high school in 2014. Shout out to Corin too. His energy is great. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. And I love that I was part of your rebelliousness from the household. That story is close to my heart, that you're going, what is this fucking right-wing Christian shit I'm being taught? And then you sneak out there and start watching secular talk videos on YouTube. I fucking love that. And I hope that that's happening all across this country. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah. Good you got out of that cult, bro.
Bottle Rocket, thanks for the $5. Do you feel like the Dem primary is more urgent and more important than the general election, or am I tripping? No, I'd say they're equally important. Because you want to get the furthest left candidate to win. So for that reason, the Democratic primary is super important. But you want to defeat all the Adolf Hitlers of the Republican side for the general. So like they're both super duper important for slightly different reasons.
Thanks, Bottle Rocket.
V-Man, thanks for the $10. The MAGA governor of Puerto Rico is clapping like a mindless seal at Trump's war in Iran. Oh my God. But the clown spent last year scrapping solar initiatives to go all in on natural gas, and now prices will soar. Well, the people on the right never were the brightest, were they? What a fucking idiot that guy is. Holy shit. Hands up for the Panther. Thanks for $10. Want to clarify, applause at events like Munich on Rubio is standard diplomacy protocol, not endorsement. Saying Europe agree with imperialism. Nuance matters. It's confirmed. Fact. Appreciate your show. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I had since actually read after that there were actually a lot of people in the audience that were like planted by the Trump government. So like a lot of the clapping was like MAGA people out there clapping. At least that's what I read. That could be wrong, but I read that after the fact.
Thanks, hands up.
DXL, thanks for the $10. First super chat ever. Fire episode today, Kyle. Was a big TYT fan. Unsubbed a couple years ago, I think I'm supposed to say. Met Jank at a campaign. What do you think? What do you think of John Kiriakou talks about Israel, Iran, Pentagon budget? I haven't seen what that guy said. I saw some clips of his floating around Twitter. I haven't watched them, but I think he's been sounding the alarm on a lot of the stuff that's been going on, but I can't say for sure because I haven't seen those clips. But thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, DX.
Jordan Jennings, thanks for the $20. Love you guys. Been watching since 2016. Wanted to ask, have you guys tried Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb Extreme Eau de Parfum? It's a men's cologne, but I think the smell is 100% unisex. Love pairing it with vanilla perfumes. So I have tried that. I'm not the biggest fan. The only Spice Bomb I love is the new one. Spice Bomb Metallic Musk, I think it's called. It's the newest Spice Bomb. It's the freshest of the Spice Bombs. That, to me, is a great fragrance. The original Spice Bombs, I don't know. There's something about them, I don't know what it is, that just don't perfectly vibe with me. They might be a little too spicy in my mind. But yeah, try Spice Bomb Metallic Musk. It's kind of new. That shit is banging. I have a tiny bottle of it already.
What's up? Thanks, Jordan.
Artist Riley, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I saw a video by this channel, Rationality Rules, breaking down you versus Michael Knowles, and it reminded me of how hard you bodied him in that debate. Thank you, Riley. And I saw that too. I also tweeted it, and thank you for reminding me. I need to post that on my YouTube comment thing because I want as many people to see that as possible. He really did a great job and a good service breaking down why the debate was so one-sided and why I destroyed him. I like how he got into like the strategy of it and like the specific fallacies he was using and the specific tactics I was using. It was brilliant. Everybody should check that out. Type in rationality rules and watch that video. Brett Taylor, thanks for the $10. Corin, I love your workout vids, but I relate to your food vids way more. LOL, Kyle, I've been watching you for 10 years. You say what I'm thinking all the time. Love your energy. Keep it up, boys. Well, thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. Pentaxicine, thanks again, man. $20. My office furniture installation company helped get Cantor Fitzgerald back up in a new space. Lutnick is a tool. Ellison is a tool. Trump's a tool.
Screwed me
out of 43,000. Jesus, could do this all day. I installed everything from Westport to Greenwich. Jeez. I'm not surprised that those like super duper fucking wealthy guys are like the ones who screw you over. You know, I mean, we read that about Trump, that Trump stiffed all the people who did like his plumbing and his electric work. Like these people, the ones that can afford to pay everybody well are the ones who like are the biggest assholes and try not to pay people well. It's always like that. It's always like that. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. Really appreciate
you, man. Yeah, good work you're doing.
Handle, thanks for the $10. I'm the opposite of many here. I saw Kyle back in 2016, but didn't dig yet. LOL. When Crystal brought you on the hill, I started paying attention. Now you two are my most trusted source of news. KKF forever. Thank you, man. That's very, very kind of you. And I actually kind of like that you didn't like me originally. It's nice to hear the stories of like, yeah, well, you weren't my cup of tea, but then later on, like, all right, you kind of grew on me. That's always nice to hear.
That is a good comment.
Because some people just don't vibe with the style for whatever reason. For whatever reason. It could be for,
No, but the fact that they were still open-minded to like give you more shots.
Some people will say, I'm too high energy or too low energy or whatever, or like they don't like the way I talk or how I look. It happens. It happens. So it's good that you broke through that. Alex, thanks for the $7. Would you watch an AI video of Kyle eating out Jimmy Dore from behind for $150K? The video is full HD and very detailed. Great audio as well.
Bro, what are you talking about?
For $150,000, would I watch that video? Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
it's just an AI video of me doing an egregious sex act. Like, who gives a fuck? Whatever. Hot take: Fetterman's turn is not due to just brain damage. That depression hospitalization seems sus. Being blackmailed to change all policy positions could be depressing enough for a check-in. Interesting theory. I could potentially see that. Because he's one that they might have blackmail on. Yeah, I could see that. That's a good theory. I like that one. I might bring that one up on air.
Oh, thanks, Freddie.
Freddie, thanks for the $14. Appreciate it. I am just a vibe. Thanks for the $10. Kyle, I'm a huge fan of your work. However, why do you give Grant Platter pass when it comes to his racist pass from Reddit post to his tattoo, but you wouldn't give a MAGA candidate the same pass? Well, first of all, I have addressed all the things that he said, and he was mostly like commie posting. That's point number one. Point number two, the reason why, to the extent he gets a pass, the reason why he gets a pass is now he's a flaming lefty. He's actually in the right place now, and we have no reason to doubt him. So that's why. But also, like, people overstate how bad he was in the past. Most of the shit he got in trouble for was like commie posting on Reddit and shit. Like, people forget. They were saying he's too far left. They were saying like, man, he keeps talking about class war and saying like unhinged things on Reddit. Like, it wasn't like, hey, we found it, and he was like praising Adolf Hitler and saying Nazi shit. It was quite the opposite. He went hard left. He was like, call me a fucking communist if you want. I'll wear that badge. So it's like the opposite. So that's why, like, to me, it's like that. And also, guys, who the fuck am I to judge in the grand scheme of things? Because I'm the asshole who's got a long-ass Twitter pass where people dig up my old posts and fucking come after me with those shits all the time. I'm going to sit here and cast stones from this fucking glass house that I'm living in. It's just ridiculous. And then the other thing is, and this is the most important part, I believe him. Like, when he's out there, he was the first one out there fighting the fucking stupid Iran war along with Ro Khanna, scheduling protests and showing up, and he's being an activist as much as he's running for office. Like, I don't give him a pass, but there's a reason why I ride or die for him right now, and there's a reason why he's leading Janet Mills by 1 million and why he's going to be a senator, because he's the real motherfucking deal in terms of what he's fighting for. So, yeah, I mean, for sure the tattoo was not great, but he got it covered up. And like, I believe him. It's that simple. I believe him. MJ Killer, thanks for the $5. Any advice when combating misinformation online or mainstream media when covering this U.S. Israel versus Iran war? I mean, no, really. I mean, you just got to tell the truth. You just got to tell the truth and try to repeat it as much as you can, and just like, do your best to navigate this horrible information environment. That's all you can really do. That's all any of us can really do. And just try to hold yourself accountable and try to, put only factually true stuff out there. That's all.
Thanks, MJ.
Alejandro, thanks for the $50. Legalizing drugs in Mexico sadly wouldn't do much for Mexico because the profit coming from Mexico for the cartels is in single digits. U.S. is 60 to 80%. Huh. Interesting. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Handle, thanks again for the $5. Won't we be able to sue the FCC for equal time rule if there's no lib news? I don't know about that. I feel like, what's the name of is it the fairness doctrine? There's something that they got rid of that like mandated something like equal time, but that shit, they don't abide by that shit anymore. So like, yeah, they're not, we're not gonna be able to, I don't think. CEO of Sony, thanks for the $10. I know you guys aren't much of gamers, but GTA 6 is supposed to come out this winter. GTA is known for satirizing America. If you don't play it yourself, you should talk about its politics. I'll definitely take a look at it and see what that's all about.
And bro, they've been talking about GTA 6 coming out since '88. That shit ain't coming out. Yeah, I think it's like an ongoing running joke of like, we got this before GTA 6 dropped. Is like,
I think you're right. I think I've heard that
about everything. But hopefully it does come out.
The real old Bussy Jumbo, thanks for the $10. Real Corin heads in the chat, rise up. Shout out to the real Corin heads, man.
Thanks a lot.
Top Keck, thanks for the $10. Corin, do you want you to watch UFC? Is that what that's supposed to say?
Like, do you watch UFC maybe?
Do you watch UFC? How do you feel about John Jones holding up the heavyweight division and the possibility of a White House event?
I mean, John Jones is the GOAT. Like he's one of he's the Michael Jordan probably of UFC. I don't really watch much UFC, to be honest with you. I never really got into it. I like John Jones. He came and like drank at my school one time when I was in college. So saw him at a young age. And then Aljamain Sterling, who they've kind of like blacklisted from the UFC. He just won like a wrestling event. But he's won like multiple and defended multiple title like chances he's had. So I like him. But no, I don't really watch UFC too much. And I hope that White House event fucking flops because I fucking hate Dana White. I think he's a punk. But I like John Jones, even though he's like big MAGA guy.
Kyle, I don't always agree with you, but always appreciate your honesty. Big up to you and Corin for being role models for enduring male friendship. That's kind of funny. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. That's very kind of you.
Thanks, bro.
From Texas, seeing way more energy for Tallarico, better ground game, bigger crowds. Most people I know are voting Tallarico. Gut says Mamdani margins. Really?
Ooh.
So you're saying like what? Tallarico 60% of the vote plus? That'd be fucking amazing if he pulled that off.
That'd be crazy. Thanks, Adam.
Near the far world, thanks for the $5. Kyle, Trita on Iran is like Piers on Gaza. Professor Mohammed Marandi will give you the Eastern point of view without licking the Western taint. Corin's blessing is better than the FDA. Huh. Is that about like the sun
when
shit?
I sneezed? Oh, I don't know. Thank you, down there, far world. Yo, pensaxantine, save some for future weeks, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Scott Galloway said Accutane changed his life. Sadly, he's been all in on this attack before it began. Changed his life in a good way or a bad way? Oh, really? He's for the Iran attack? That's crazy, bro. That is so crazy. Man, that guy sometimes swings and misses so fucking hard, but other times he hits it like he's on point.
Accutane, like
Accutane changed his life in a good way or a bad way? It changed my life in a good way. Yeah. It got rid of my
could be for bad because it's like doesn't it like mess with your like mind and shit or brain?
There was a handful of people who committed suicide who took it, and so they think they in some small percentage it causes like depression or whatever. But it didn't cause that in me. It just like cleared my acne up like immediately. So
thanks, Pensaxantine team.
Keanu, thanks for the $20. This is Keanu Reeves, by the way. Patel's beer tanked FBI's legitimacy. Murder of Preddy for DHS. Epstein mishandling for Justice Department. Signalgate for Defense Department. And now in Iran quagmire for the State Department. How is this administration so consistently incompetent? It's who they are, bro. It's who they are. But you're right. Every single different branch of the government is completely and utterly, or cabinet, I should say, or agency, is completely and utterly discredited now. They're discredited. And it's embarrassing.
They said he looked like a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid who's got his wish come true.
Like, why are you drinking like you're fucking part of the team, bro? You showed up 7 minutes ago. You're the fucking... Shouldn't you be investigating the Charlie Kirk murder? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Shouldn't you be investigating...
Or working for Nancy Guthrie's mom?
Yeah, Savannah Guthrie's mom. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're sitting there drinking beers like a frat boy? Like you're fucking 22 years old? What's wrong with you?
Fucking loser.
Red Blitz, thanks for the $5. Ex-girlfriend said circumcised because Natural has an old library book stink and it don't go away. I don't agree with that. Plus, you're talking to somebody who is lucky enough not to have BO. I told everybody this incredibly lucky gene I have, but I don't smell. My dick does not smell either, bro. Like, my shit is chilling. So I'll be over here with my old library ass, non-stinking, anti-snout dick, and y'all can sit over there with your mangled ass junk. All right. Ben Saxon Z, thanks again, man. Thanks, Obama. I'll never be able to look at my tuna can 8-ounce Bud Mohonk the same way again.
Why? What did Obama do with fucking beer?
I don't know.
Yeah, man. I rock with Obama.
Jack Gleason, thanks for the $50. How do we stop our world leaders to withdraw support to the USA? I don't know, man. Probably just reach out to your politicians and just express your disapproval. That, I think people underestimate how much can get done if enough people complain about some shit. If there's enough people complaining about some shit, things change. I mean, look at what happened to Mark Kelly this week. He was like, "Oh, I'm not sure I would vote against the Iran war," and then like everybody in the world who's a Democrat called him and was like furious and yelled at him. And then within that same day, he's like, "I'm definitely voting against it. I changed my mind. I'm voting against it."
I kind of don't like that guy. He's kind of annoying to me.
I agree with you. On that. Keanu, thanks again for the $20. Why did right-wingers like Megyn Kelly get triggered by our Olympians like Hunter Hess and Amber Glenn giving the most milquetoast criticisms of our government? Any strategies for shaming maggot hypocrisy for being snowflakes themselves? Yeah, like you just got to punch the bully in the fucking face. That's what I try to do on my show. That's what everybody should do. Punch them in the face because they're fucking little weasels and they never get knocked down to size. And that's how you do it,
Thanks, Keanu.
Metaphorically, I mean, of course, don't literally punch them in the face. But you get the point. Martin Lawrence, thanks for the $10. This is the Martin Lawrence. Hey guys, glad I could catch one of these again. Two things. Did you see the MST being sunk by Iran? And did you ever notice Peter Thiel's name is an anagram for the reptile? I did not notice that. That is very fucking creepy. And I did not see the MST being sunk by Iran. No, I haven't been online in a little bit because I've been working all day basically, but I got to hop back on that shit because I'm sure every time I reopen Twitter and scroll, it's like, oh God, there's 14 breaking news segments here.
We're getting towards the end here.
RM Punk, thanks for the $5. Corin, next time you're in Chicago, grab tacos at La Placita in McKinley Park. My wife grew up there and we go every visit. So good.
I just wrote it down. So thank you for that recommendation, bro. My wife loves Mexican food.
$2 Garage, thanks for the $5. How long to get the Epstein files fully released? I'm thinking at least 2028. It will be like pulling teeth for every page. I don't know if we'll ever see the full Epstein files, bro. I'm just telling you right now. I don't know if we'll ever see the full Epstein files. They're going to hide some of that shit forever because there's so much damning stuff in there. Like I think Trump is right. It takes down the whole world global structure,
Facts.
Madara, thanks for the $10. Kyle, you haven't said Dickie McGee's accent in a long ass time. Is everything okay? Wrong. I said it on the show today. So
got him.
It comes up quite a bit. Mohit, thanks for the $5. What would be the ideal solution? What steps needed to have a liberal Muslim democracy in Iran without USA and Israel intervention? I don't see. That's the thing. I don't think there are steps to get there. That's the problem with like what they did here. All they did was make it so either Iran is just going to become a failed state, which is a disaster for everybody, or the Grand Ayatollah is going to be replaced by somebody who's more of a hardliner than he is and more anti-Western than he is. So, like, the die is cast and it ain't ending in any sort of democracy, whether it's a liberal secular democracy or a Muslim democracy or whatever you want to call it. I don't think that's happening. And it's because of what they did here.
Thanks, Mohit.
Tricks, thanks for the $10. Subsecular Talk 2014, while a freshman in college became centrist right over time and voted for Trump, got slapped by reality after he took off skin and secular talk popped back into my algorithm. There it is, bro. Never stop watching, because if you do, bad things happen and you'll come to regret it. Okay. You'll have a bad time if you're not checking in on the show. I'm not saying you got to watch every video, but I am saying every week you need to watch at least 3 videos. Okay. Every week, at least 3 secular talk videos, and you'll never flirt with that nonsense again.
You heard it.
But good job coming back. Appreciate that. Tricks, thanks for the $5. Glad to be back leaning left. Thanks for the sanity check. Even if you say on the show you can't forgive us. Look, it depends. There's a spectrum, right? There's a spectrum. I'll state here on the record. If you are a 2016 Trump voter, okay, who has since woken up and gone, oh shit, and then did not go right again, I'm giving you a full pardon. Full pardon for the 2016 one-time Trump voter, okay? Now, if you're a 2-time Trump voter, you got a lot of work to do, right? You got a lot of work to do. Now, if you're a fucking 3-time Trump voter,
there's no saving your ass.
No, there is saving you, but like
okay.
you have to just accept and respect the fact that even if we let you in the room and in the club, there are going to be people giving you the stink eye the whole ass time because they don't fucking trust you. Okay. But now, if you want to live your principles and live your values and show you're a good person, you would even understand the person giving you the stink eye and just stay on your shit and do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's a spectrum of forgivability. You know what I'm saying? And like, a lot of people actually make the cut, and then there's plenty that don't. But like, don't write yourself off that quickly, bro. Don't write yourself off that quickly. And we're more than happy to have your vote. You know what I'm saying? Mohit, thanks again for the $20. We need more immigration lawyers, so give law students incentives to choose immigration law instead of corporate law. Corporate law pays more to clear debt/get rich. Give $50K bonuses to immigration lawyers instead of ICE Gestapo thugs. I totally agree, man. We need more immigration lawyers. We need more immigration judges, and we need to incentivize it so people do that. I agree, and we should make it so they are well paid so that people want to do that. You're so right about all that.
Thanks, Mohit.
Super Schmuck, thanks for the $10. As a GWOT veteran, you know what that stands for, Corin?
No.
I don't know what that is either. Iran is going to be way worse than Iraq, Afghanistan. I guess a military veteran. We didn't have to deal with drones back then. Well, my health sucks now from burn pits, and I have panic attacks before bed. Yay. Oh, shit, man. I'm sorry to hear that. A Gulf War?
Yeah, I think
it's Gulf War.
Yeah.
Because that's where the burn pit shit happened, where, you know what that is? They would like burn all the shit that they like, all the stuff that like they didn't want to leave there. They would just burn it, and it was all so toxic people would breathe it in and get health issues.
Oh, someone said global war on terror.
Oh, global war on terror. Okay. Damn. Yeah, I thought they did the burn pit thing in just the Gulf War, the first Iraq War, but maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, and they just like everybody just got really sick from that shit, and a lot of people died from that shit. And like they didn't even tell the guys like, hey, you're breathing in toxic fucking fumes when you burn this shit. They just made them burn the shit. So anyway, just so crazy, and the extent to which they don't give a fuck about, you know, our soldiers is just insane and off the charts. And by the way, I agree with your substantive point. Iran is going to be worse than those other ones for sure. It's a more powerful country. All right, read this one for me while I blow my nose, Court.
Yeah, how could Mehran? How could Iranians change the regime without military intervention, like in Irania?
Like as an Iranian, I have been against war, but the regime is too powerful to be overthrown by people, and they don't want this regime. Well, look, first of all, if you guys were able to overthrow it yourselves, God bless, right? Like, if you do your own regime change in a sense and you guys oust the regime, totally fine. And potentially even a good thing. But it's not like, don't make it seem like there's literally zero choice, because that's not true. You guys do have elections, and you guys do pick the president. And the president started out with not that much power. But when Mahmoud Ahmadinejad came along, he really changed the game and made it so the president actually did have some power. And then you look at somebody like Hassan Rouhani. He did a lot of good things as a moderate. And like there is some semblance of democracy. It's true that it's an Islamic theocracy, a Shia Islamic theocracy. But it's also true there are elements of democracy, right? So any sort of attempt, I've always been more of a hardline reformist than a revolutionary guy. Any sort of attempt to hardline reform, that's more welcome. So my answer would be that's preferable. But if you guys were to go a step further and overthrow the IRGC, like, okay, but any involvement of Israel and the U.S. is going to fuck it all up because we don't care about you. We don't care about you. This country, the Epstein class doesn't even care about Americans. Trump doesn't care about Americans. You think they care about Iranians? They don't give a fuck about you. So, like, that's what you need to understand. There are no good intentions here. And so when you're allowing the wolf into the house and you're the sheep, they're going to fucking eat you. Yeah. And so that's where we are now. Now they're carpet bombing fucking schools in Tehran. Like, as bad as it was before, this is going to be a worst case scenario. So that's why it's just unacceptable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Cosmere Dragon, thanks for the $5. LOL, I literally just discovered that the infamous Mortal Kombat oopsie from the Tim Pool clip frame, the line in the game actually says toasty.
Is that what they say? I remember I heard that one time. It was like, and I was blown away. I thought it was oopsie too. I didn't think it was toasty though. Yeah, you know when they go like toasty, you know that like sound?
No, I actually don't. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like something happens in Mortal Kombat. Like a guy pops out and he's like, oopsies. It's like some weird
toasty.
Yes, it's toasty. I didn't think it was toasty.
This is one of those like Mandela effect, like false memories that everybody has.
Yeah.
Like the Sinbad movie where he's a wizard that doesn't exist, or he's a genie that doesn't exist. Ship Chicago, thanks for the $5. With all the craziness going on in the world, here's a serious question. Best hip-hop region, Northeast, Midwest, West, or South? Much love, guys. Oh, man, that's a good question. I'm a big fan of Southern rap because I love the beats. Like, the beats are awesome. So I fuck with Southern rap for that reason. I got to be honest, I'm an East Coast trader because I like Tupac better than Biggie. So I'm more of a West Coast guy than a Northeast guy. And Midwest, I mean, I guess you're including like Eminem in Midwest and probably a bunch of others, but I was never a huge Eminem guy, so I'd probably put that last. But I'd probably go like South, then West, then East, then Midwest, or like West, South, Northeast, Midwest.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
South, my number one, too. I think Northeast for me. I like Jadakiss, a lot of that like type of flow. Then West, and then Midwest for me. I don't think there's like too much more out of like Eminem and all those other guys.
Mazrik, thanks for the $10. Will the Epstein class and horrors of Trump's regime be enough to awaken class consciousness in the American working class, or are we too indoctrinated? No, that I've made this point on the show a number of times recently. I actually think it worked. Like, I actually think the working class is waking up and they're realizing, oh shit, like the Epstein class is a literal thing. The top 1% fucking rape kids, eat babies, like, you know,
weird.
Do the weirdest shit, fucking blood ritual stuff. They do wars and profit off them, and like they're evil. They're flat out demonic. And so I think this Epstein Files has woken people up to that fact, and we need to harness the energy. Like, you have to point that energy at the Epstein class and away from trans people and immigrants, because Republicans want you to hate them. No, they're just scapegoats. Hate the real people who are the problem, you know? Dav Sauce, thanks for the $5. Despite that, I still think Trump doesn't have long to live. He's decaying in real time. Like, literally, he's literally rotting in front of our eyes. It's so crazy. Chicken Warrior, thanks for the $5. Kyle, you're totally right about there being more than one Epstein. Look into Peter Nyborg, who ran an operation very similar to Epstein and had his own island. Oh, shit. That's crazy.
Probably true.
Lexi, thanks for the $5. Hey, bro, you going to cover Kansas illegally voiding all state-issued IDs for transgender people? It's really messed up. We actually did cover that on Crystal Kyle and Friends. Go check out the last episode of Crystal Kyle and Friends. We talked about this. Absolutely horrendous. And the step after this, then it's going to be like, we're going to ban healthcare for trans people. Like, they're trying to make it so trans people don't exist. It's like a genocidal move. Malone, thanks for the $5. The province of British Columbia in Canada today just announced that starting this week, when we go to DST, Daylight Savings Time, they will stay on it going forward. Big win. Oh, hell fucking yeah. Shout out to British
Canada.
Columbia.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That universal.
Yeah, shout out to British Columbia. I agree. We need to go Daylight Savings Time for year-round. That's the way to do it, for sure.
Facts.
Pentaxantine, thanks again, brother. Rhett McLaughlin, 17-minute clip with Alex O'Connor. Christian nationalists have betrayed Jesus is such an amazing conversation. Yeah, I like that guy. I like that
O'Connor?
Alex O'Connor guy.
McLaughlin.
Hold on, let me see the title here. Christian nationalists have betrayed Jesus. That's something Tallarico would say, too. Christian nationalists have betrayed Jesus. I'm going to check that out later because I like that Alex O'Connor guy. All right. Yeah, thank you. Daniel, thanks for the $10. Kyle, Cory Booker has a Democratic primary challenger who is a real progressive and supports arresting Netanyahu. We consider interviewing Chris Fields. Greetings from Elizabeth, New Jersey. Yeah, potentially. Guys, I would definitely potentially interview that guy. And also, I would say, check out like the DSA website, check out the Justice Democrats website, there's like these groups that will cover these things and show you like who the more progressive option is. And it's kind of important to like check in with them all the time. But yeah, shout out to Chris Fields. I hope he wins. $2 Garage. Thanks for the $10. Right wingers need to experience other cultures. It exposes you to other cultures and worldviews. Peru, Brazil, and my exposure to Latino culture has made me more left, or how they treat gringos like me. Yeah, I mean, it's the classic thing, right? The Republicans usually like haven't left this country, and the Democrats travel all over the place, and they understand the beauty in other cultures. It's the tale's old as time, you know.
Thanks.
Alex, thanks for the $10. Much love and happy you guys are back. Did you see the USA hockey team on SNL? Men barely got cheered, and when someone came out, they brought down the house. F those dudes. F Rogan. Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, it's good that women got some love on that one.
Michelle, thanks for the $5. You know what needs to be done? Kyle? You just got to run and do this all yourself. Run for president 2028. You know you want to. That's. I'm too young. I'm not famous enough. There's a million reasons why that's not the way to go. But appreciate your vote of confidence. Ghost, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I would say you're a sellout. Never take money or do an ad read. Do you have thoughts on Mark Carney? I love the speech he gave. Where he said like the old world order is gone and now we need a new one, and like basically the U.S. cooked itself. I love that, but I think he sort of shit the bed on this Iran thing. Didn't he have like some shitty statement he released? So yeah, he's way better than what we got here, but I don't know if he's great. You know what I'm saying? Rob, thanks for the $5. It's insane to me that Dems dropped banning ICE from polling places as a demand for DHS funding. Should be number one on the list of demands, in my opinion. No, they need to just cut the funding. You got to cut the funding to ICE. That's the only thing that's actually going to get you guaranteed results. Everything else is just like, wear body cameras. Okay, they could turn them off, right? Like, you're not allowed to do that without a warrant. Well, they're already blowing off the Constitution. Why wouldn't they blow off the deal they make with you, right? Yeah, so you got to cut the funding. Away. It's that simple. Yeah. Jagger, thanks again, man. Kyle, out of all the Manosphere podcasts, who do you think is most likely to make a full face turn? I think Andrew Schultz is most likely. That's a good question. It's probably a tie between Andrew Schultz and Tim Dillon, I would say. Because, yeah, they're going... I think they see where the wind is blowing, and they're now going hard against the Trump regime. Maybe? I don't like him. His whole thing is so fake to me. Yeah, it's so fake. Yeah, it's so fake. Like, oh, look at me. I'm just a hillbilly. Like, no, you're not. Shut the fuck up. Canna Buddy, thanks for the $10. Sup, KNC. Hope y'all are staying safe. ChatGPT told me that Charlie Cook didn't die and wasn't assassinated multiple times and provided false evidence. It's unusable and a complete failure. Love y'all. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, me and Corin have had those experiences too, where it's just like it says the dumbest fucking shit and triples down on it, and you're like, what the fuck are you saying? But appreciate you, man. AJ, thanks again for the $5. I lost in the Tallarico Crockett race. Are some pretty good ballot initiatives in Texas that I voted for, including legal weed and public education funding. Well, that's awesome, bro. And if you don't mind me asking, who'd you vote for? Very curious.
Thanks, AJ.
Government, thanks for the $20. In 2023, Elon Musk personally unbanned a guy on Twitter that posted a CSAM film called Destroying Daisy. No one talks about this. Yeah, is that the Dom Lucre guy? I think it's that guy, Dom Lucre, right? I kind of remember this vaguely. Yeah. He's a creep, man. Elon is a fucking creep. Mr. Shea, thanks for the $5. The Epstein scandal is the modern day 120 Days of Sodom, so depraved, eyes wide shut. Literally, it's literally the plot of Eyes Wide Shut. It's insane. But yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Thanks, Shea.
Jacob, thanks for the $5. You should check out the picture of Trump and Ivana at the 1996 Mar-a-Lago Beach Boys concert where she is sitting on his lap. Yeah, Ivanka. Yeah, I've seen that one before. And disturbing. There's a lot of pictures and a lot of things he said to her that are like disturbing. Like when he was asked, what do you guys have in common? And he said sex. Like, who says that about their daughter? That's insane. And that was on The View, too.
Yeah, wanted to kiss her or some shit.
Frog Cannon, thanks for the $10. Hey, Corin and Kyle, how bad do you guys think it can actually get in this country? Are we actually going to let ICE build concentration camps to put MAGA dissidents in them? Will there be a taco? I don't know if there will be a Trump always chickens out moment. I hope there is when it comes to the stealing the election thing. But no, they're actually building the concentration camps. And the first target, of course, is the immigrants, but then they'll expand it from there. That's what it is. That's what they're doing. And they've already done it. No, you're good. You're good. Plastic Shark, thanks for the $5. Do you think the people connecting the dots between the missing files between 1999 and 2003 and Israel being responsible for 9/11 are onto something? Again, I think it has more to do with the 2000 election being stolen, but certainly it's possible that there's something around 2000. There's something around 9/11. There also could be something around the buildup to the Iraq War too. This guy was, he was in shadow government, ran the world, and he was a big part of it. So he was involved with all these high level decisions. So it could be all of that stuff. Chris Strings, thanks for the $5. Why does Bibi bribe Trump when he must have PDF footage on him? It's literally like, bro, they got multiple angles they hit you with, carrot or stick, right? Like, we'll give you all the money. Here's all the money in the world for you to run your campaign, to give for all your crypto bullshit or whatever. But also, if you don't do what we want, motherfucker, we got these tapes, so you're going to do what we want. Wendy, thanks for the $5. Love you, Kyle and Corin. Love you, Kyle, but Corin called Trump's win in 2024. So, Corin, who's going to win the race in Texas? I'm giving it to Crockett on name recognition alone.
I have no fucking idea, but I'll say the Tallarico or whatever the fucking shit is. But welcome back to the USA. I don't know either of the candidates, to be honest with you.
Bells Leon, thanks for the $10. Hey there, a couple things. First, did you see that there are memorials for Alex Preddy because his B-Day would have been yesterday? Also, your thoughts on Peggy Flanagan running for Senate here in Minnesota. I did not see that. I'm not familiar with that, so I'd have to, read up on that before I give you my thoughts on that. And the Alex Preddy thing, I did see that he just turned 38. He just turned the exact same age I turned, and I'm literally like a month older than him. Like I'm January 31st. He was like, yeah, I'm literally like a month older than him. And like, he just turned the same age I turned. It's a real like slap across the face to think about what they did to that poor guy.
Yeah.
Rob Wheeler, thanks for the $5. Track Huffines running in Texas, who owns the Epstein Ranch in New Mexico, turning away investigations. Keep track, even if he does not win tomorrow. Yeah, bro, I covered him before, and I will, because clearly there's some dark shit going on with that guy. Like, why are you buying Epstein's old fucking property? Adam, thanks for the $10. My contribution to your channel. Could you please do a YouTube series teaching how to research and verify reports on various topics and journalist websites? All we have is the internet and AI. Laugh my ass off. Yeah, I mean, look, I struggle with it too. I'm not perfect. Like, I've fucked up too. I've fallen for shit too. It's a constant battle to try to make sure you get shit right and to try to verify it. So, like, I don't have the silver bullet. I really don't.
Kyle, I know the last thing
Kyle, I know the last thing you want to do is run for president in 2028, but I'm still hoping that you change your mind for the sake of the country. Man, I appreciate all this support, guys, that you guys give me. Like, you make me feel very good. But like I said, we're dating ourselves. I'm really not famous enough. I'm not old enough. There's like all these problems. And, you know, that's not to be overlooked. I'd also get no play from the media. So talk to me when I'm upper 40s or 50 something, then maybe. Hanlon, thanks for the $5. It's documented that Wendy thinks Diddy tried to ruin her career since Hot 97 years. She coincidentally went off air just prior to Diddy prosecution. Oh shit, I did not know that. Well, anything involving a Diddy conspiracy, I'm open to. I'll just say that. That motherfucker did a lot of dark shit, bro.
OD.
I watched that documentary. It was crazy.
I gotta see it still.
Handle, thanks again. Corin, do you think we can convince normals to care about politics and midterms, and how? Which of you is better at chess?
I don't think normals are gonna start to care about. I think if anything, they're getting like further away from this shit. I'm not great at chess.
I'm not great at chess, but I could probably be Corin.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know where the fucking pieces go.
Jagger, thanks for the $10. I like Valhalla VFT, but he definitely teeters on the edge with Israel stuff. He considers himself fiscally conservative but socially libertarian. His Plattner interview was good. That's good to know. And he's trying to engage with people who don't even agree with him. You know, that's what Plattner's trying to do. RM Punk, thanks for the $10. Back to Iowa. There's lots of corporate farmers who back Trump, so they don't care. But the governor's race could flip blue. Rob Sand is the state's most popular politician. Maybe have him on KKF sometime. All right. Well, thank you, bro. Appreciate the recommendation.
All right. Where are we? There's like 10 left. Where did
we're on RM Punk right now, so it's whatever's below RM Punk.
Oh, okay. There's that.
Ghost, thanks for the $10. Ghost, thanks again for the $5. Kyle, I would say you're a sellout. Never take money or do an ad read. Do you have thoughts on Mark Carney? Yeah, I already answered this one.
Oh, and, so I'm at the wrong spot. Hold on. Oh, here we go.
Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate the $5. I started watching Secular Talk 13 years ago, and I've been watching ever since. I'm a former conservative turned socialist. Thanks for everything. Well, thank you, bro. Thank you for having an open mind, and thank you for coming along for the ride on the show. I appreciate it. Harry, thanks for the $15. Hey, guys, love your work. Did you see what Huckabee said to Tucker about Israel's right to take land from the Nile to the Euphrates? How is this fool an ambassador? He's an ambassador because he actually represents the Christian Zionist worldview that so many fundamentalist Christians have, and Trump has greenlit all this insanity. And so, yeah, they're literally saying, yeah, steal more land from more countries. We don't care. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole ideology that's in place. Kyle, thanks for the $5. Nice name. Have you seen the Pit? Great show. Apparently, the writers were asked by HBO to change an ICE subplot to make it more balanced. I saw that. I haven't watched the show. Corin, you watched the show, right?
No, I haven't watched the Pit.
You haven't? Okay.
No, I just know it won like every single award at the Golden Globes.
Uncle Simrick, thanks for the $5. Did you exercise today? The fascists did. Why haven't you?
I didn't.
I definitely didn't. I've been busy trying to cover the end of the world here. So. Gerald James, thanks for the $5. Kyle, for once, just be honest and admit that Mark Levin was exactly right. Diplomacy mongers like you dragged Trump into this conflict. Love you guys. They actually said the word diplomacy mongers, bro. They said, I call them diplomacy mongers. Like guilty as charged, bitch. Yes, I am. DJ Prodigy, thanks for the $5. Discovered FT Signifier through KKF. His recent video on Charlie Kirk was amazing. Do you two still keep in touch? Want to see him back? Listen, I fucking love FD Signifier. He's the absolute man. I watch everything he puts out. Having said that, me and him don't have a relationship. We don't like DM back and forth or whatever. But for sure, I'll invite him on again at some point in the future because that guy's goated. What, why, when? Thank you for the $5. One thing is these Chinese air defense systems are mad sus. They got flamed in Venezuela and Iran, also in Pakistan by India. Love y'all. Yeah, I saw some rumors, though, that they were using them this time and they were working with Iran. So I don't know if that's true, but it's definitely something to think about. Government, thanks for the $5. When Trump got mad at the skier Hunter Hess, it tripped me the fuck out because that's my name. That's trippy, bro. That is kind of crazy. You wake up and Trump's ranting against you and using your name. Like,
That would be wild.
What the fuck? Rochea, thanks for the $10. Hey, boys, I think Trump takes dialysis treatments in the middle of the night. Heart failure leads to kidney failure. Patients have difficulty sleeping and experience mood swings during treatment, too. Oh, interesting. So dialysis, because he's having heart failure, which led to kidney failure. I could see that. I could fucking see that. Pentaxentine, thanks again, bro. Galloway, good way. He had incredibly bad acne. 3 months with acne. 3 months with Accutane and said he cried. He had new clear skin. That's my experience too, man. I went from having cystic acne all over my face, started taking it. I swear to God, like literally
right up, right?
within a month or two, just zap that bitch right off. It was amazing. It was a godsend for me, and I had no side effects. Neon Rays, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, could you look into the book Escape Capitalism by Clara Matty? She is in Tulsa working on economic emancipation for resistance. I'm thinking boycotts and moving locally with our dollars is best bet. Yeah, I've been thinking about this too, like this idea of like right-wingers always try to create some like white nationalist town in the middle of Montana or some shit. Why can't we all get together and do like the same thing just in a different place? Like hey, we have like a socialist town here. That'd be goated. I think we should do that. Hominy, thanks for the $20. Hey, Kyle, do you think you'll ever have Richard Hanania or possibly Spencer on for an interview? I've been listening to them, and it's interesting how much the alt-right mixed with the Trump movement to create the current MAGA. I have a curiosity in both of those guys. In my personal opinion, I tend to think Richard Spencer is a little better than Richard Hanania, in my opinion, in the sense that I agree with him more often. I think he makes better arguments. But I do have kind of a curiosity about both of them, and I'm not opposed to talking to one or the other or both at sometime in the future when everything lines up for it. But I have like a morbid curiosity about them, and I'd be interested in a lot of their political evolutions and where they are, why they are where they are now, and just how much they actually have changed. Because I think Spencer is really smart, and I know he was like hardcore alt-right and like white nationalist, and now he's just like he votes Democrat, and I think he maybe shed some of the more extreme views he had, but I don't know that for sure. I just feel like he might vote Democrat, but also still have the same views, like white nationalist views. He just views Republicans as like subhuman, low IQ freaks, and that's why he now supports Democrats. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to get into it, and no, I haven't ruled out talking to one or the other or both of them at some point. TP Kennedy, thanks for the $5. Plattner's the man. Can't believe Ted Cruz tried that shit with him. Also, as a fellow Marine, I have no doubt that tattoo story is legit. LOL. Yeah, look, I'll say it. I had no idea that you didn't either, Corin, when we talked about it. That tattoo was a Nazi tattoo. It was a fucking skull and crossbones.
I didn't know that shit.
I thought fucking pirate before I thought Nazi shit.
Yeah, there's so many different like logos. Like the Nazi sign used to be a peace symbol. I mean,
yeah,
that
back in the day,
fucking make it right, but
yeah, it was like a Buddhist or Hindu peace symbol. I think something like that. Yeah. But anyway, he got it covered up, so all's well then as well. $2 Garage, thanks for the $5. Former MAGA double Trump, now DSA. You get some shade, it's fine. I did some shit. You can earn a spot. It's hard, but I have found sanity thanks to Kyle. Hey, man, I love that. And based on your story and what you're telling me, you get the full pass. So we appreciate you, bro. Michelle, thanks for the $10. A year ago, Secular Talk episode with Roseanne Barr, where he said she needed meds for saying they were eating babies. Please address on show, and you need to be present in 2028. There is no other way to fix this. I love the idea that I'm the only thing that could fix it. Let me tell you, man, I am just as human as you are, y'all. I am just as human as you are, and I don't know if I have all the tools necessary to try to fix it. But yeah, on the Roseanne Barr thing, she is a little fucking crazy. She's a little crazy, even though she may have accidentally been right on some of that stuff, some of this. But like QAnon was still wrong overall. You know what I'm saying? Like she's still wrong overall, but got elements of it right because the Epstein class is so depraved. Time Bandit, thanks for the $5. Speaking of Tourette's, did you guys watch the Tourette's guy on YouTube when you were younger? I did not. I did not
watch him either. Yeah, no, that stuff doesn't do it for me.
AJ, thanks again, man. I voted Tallarico, although you bet your ass I'm voting for whoever the nominee is. Ken Paxton, who's likely to win the Republican nomination, is the worst. Yeah, if they nominate Paxton, then I feel like either Democrat has a great chance of winning. All right, Cornyn, I think, is harder to beat. Winning 7 grams, thanks for the $5. Check out Secular Lefty, breaks down all races, no APAC, no corporate Dems. Well, awesome stuff. Appreciate you, man. Prisoner of capitalism, thanks again. We don't need you to win the presidency just to get on the debate stage. It would completely change the tone of the primary. I understand what you're saying. And I haven't ruled that out for something in the future. But I think there will be plenty of people who play that role of like, I'm going to be the left flank in this bitch, and I'm about to drag all these people to the left. It's going to happen because all of our energy is where we are right now, you know? So I wouldn't, without me there's still going to be a lot to be happy about. That's what I think. Oh, David Rees, thanks for the $10. Just like you told us, Kyle, to do social media campaigns to make Jon Stewart run, we are going to make you run for a House seat, a Senate seat, city council, something. Stop denying us. Bro, I'm telling you, I do more shit doing my show than I would there. You know what I'm saying? Gerald, and I'd have to stop doing it if I were a politician. You can't do your show if you're a politician. Gerald James, thanks for the $5. Where were each of you when Clavicular got brutally frame-mogged by the ASU frat leader? What impact will this historic event have on the midterms? I think it changes everything about the midterms. I think it's a game changer. And I was at my house scrolling Twitter when I saw that the ASU frat leader got brutally frame-mogged by Clavicular, and the guy started jester maxing and his cortisol spiked.
What?
Cole, thanks for the $10. Kyle, ever given any thought about being Jon Stewart's running mate in 2028, assuming he's on board? I don't think he would pick me, bro, but of course I would do that if he asked me.
All right, the last three. Don't send it anymore.
Alex, thanks for the $20. Yo, Kyle, I'm in Luke Thomas's Substack book group. Our first book is The Age of Extraction by Tim Wu on platformization and monopoly tech companies. Fascinating read about antitrust laws, even under Nixon. Hey, shout out to Luke Thomas, man. He's doing a lot of great work out there, and I love that he's got a Substack book group. That's like goated shit right there, creating a whole bunch of MMA fan lefties. Okay, LOL, thanks for the $5. Big fan of the live streams, guys. Curious if you supported and voted for Harris. I know you endorsed Jill Stein when Biden was the nominee. I supported Kamala, yes.
Yeah, I voted for Kamala.
Yeah, and so to give my voting history real quick, I was in 2008, the first election I could vote in. I wanted to vote for John Edwards in the primary, but by the time it got to the state of New York, it was either Obama or Hillary. I actually struggled over that vote because Hillary was for universal health care and Obama wasn't, but Obama was for ending the Iraq war and Hillary wasn't. But I ended up going with Obama over Hillary. So I voted for Barack Obama in 2008. 2012, I think I voted for Jill Stein because the drone war got me pissed off and Obama killed a lot of innocent civilians. 2016, voted for Bernie Sanders in the primary and voted for Jill Stein, I think, in the general election. And then 2020, I just didn't vote. And then it was Kamala in 2024. That's my whole thing. So I've gone back and forth between like vote for the Democrat and sometimes vote third party. But I think now, based on how evil and demonic the Republicans are, I'm totally like, we just got to defeat them. We got to vote the Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, last one here.
Bells Lee, and thanks for the $10. Just quick note, Peggy is our current governor, and thank you so much for what you do. I actually finally got involved and am doing stuff for the Minnesota Democrats right now. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I'm happy you got involved because Minnesota's going through it right now, and they need as many good Democrats as they can to sort of mobilize out there. Shout out to Minnesota. I know they're going through hell with the ICE Gestapo thugs out there. And appreciate you, Bells.
That is all of them. Kyle, any last words? You cranked I think that was probably maybe one of our most. We were off for a little bit and people came in hot and heavy.
Yes, sir. No, I got no last words. I'm about to go watch some YouTube and scroll some Twitter and watch the world crumble and be back and talking to you guys tomorrow.
Love you, bro.
All right. Love you
Thanks
too,
for
man.
rocking out.
Peace, everybody. Thanks for all the super chats. Later.
Yeah. All right. What are we ending on? Scotty Can. Hopefully you're a fan of mine too. Hey, Kyle, huge fan. Have you thoughts about a soundboard like Hassan? I think he did mention that he was more into a soundboard right now and was going to be doing more sounds. Yo, what about me? Come on, bro. There we go. Love you guys. Hold on. Right. Yeah, there you go. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Back like we left the lights on. See you guys. Anybody? Last words? Later. All right. Oh, there we go. Great show. All right. Love you guys. See everybody next week.